everybody. Thanks a lot for being here tonight. We got a great show lined up for you. A lot of cool, fun stuff. We're going to go all around the world. We're going to look at all kinds of cool stuff, see what we think about it. It's going to be a lot of fun. Some of it maybe you've never seen before. A lot of it maybe you have, but we're going to talk about it. And, we thank everybody for being here. As always, we do have LW, the Mouth of Houston, on here with us tonight. How you doing tonight, LW?
Hey, buddy. How's it going? Hope everybody's doing well. Everybody on panel, everybody in chat. Welcome to another Friday edition of fun and laughs with everybody. Glad y'all could make it. Hope you enjoy it.
I like it. It's going to be a good time. We don't have Gutters here with us just yet. She is running a little late tonight out, but she'll be joining us shortly. But we do have the studio recording artist, country star, KJ. How you doing tonight, KJ?
Hey, guys. Happy Friday. Woo! So glad to be here. Was out last week, so it's good to be back. Excited to talk about some cool places around us. And, let's go.
I like the way we always get the woot.
Woot woot.
Right, exactly. I like the woot woot. And Mr. Producer down there, Baker, he's always here with us as well. How you doing tonight, Baker?
Hey, how you doing, guys? I'm glad to be here on Friday night. It's going to be a great one tonight, I think. Lots of cool locations we're going to get to virtually visit, and hopefully spark some interest from the chat to call in.
Yeah, that should be a good time. Should be a whole lot of fun there. And joining us tonight, a special guest has been here before, but we do have a statement by Alex coming on with us tonight to talk about some of this grand stuff. How you doing tonight, Alex?
I'm doing great. Thank you so much for having me back. I'm super excited to be here. How's everybody else doing?
Yeah, it's going to be great. It's going to be a lot of fun. So everybody sit back. We're going to get started here in just a minute. So we will get this show rocking and rolling. So thanks again, everybody, for being here. We are going to get started here in just a second. And here we are. How's everybody doing tonight? Thanks everybody for being here. Let me pull this thing down right here. I've got like 50 million things going at one time. All right, here we are, live here, folks. So how's everybody doing out there tonight in the YouTube land? Thanks for being here with us on your Friday night. Like I said, we got a lot of fun stuff planned for you tonight. I think it should be a lot of good stuff. Baker, what'd you have for us? You wanted to run over a couple things here at the beginning?
Yeah, just a little housekeeping. Next week, I do believe we're going to take a hiatus from the show. We are not going to be live next week, at least not from the perspective of doing our normal show. LW and I might go live doing possibly some college football, but next week we're going to go on a hiatus. I think somebody important is going to be gone, so it's going to be kind of hard to function without said person. I'm not gonna point or fingers or anything, but you know,
KJ.
Yeah, KJ. Jeez.
Oh, KJ, are you going to be out of town next week?
What would y'all do
too?
without me?
Are you going to be out of town too next week?
No.
No. Okay. We'll just blame it on KJ.
Yeah. Well, that's what I was going to do anyways.
Just trying.
Okay.
Actually,
That
Gutters
works pretty well.
isn't here right now. We can blame her.
Yeah, we could
Actually,
always
yeah,
blame
that's a
Gutters.
good
We could
idea.
put everything in her.
Yeah. So henceforth tonight, everything that goes bad or wrong is Gutters' fault.
And
That's
Lord knows
it.
stuff will go wrong.
Oh yeah. And speaking of go wrong, little reminder about the telephone situation. When we do open the lines, even though the call-in number's there, when we do open the lines, remember if you call in and you get a busy signal or a system busy, it's because somebody is on the back line on the phone or somebody's currently on the phone. When you hear that person hang up, call on in. I've only got one seat available per call, so call waiting's not a thing. That way it doesn't beep in while we're live. So that's the reason it's like that.
Circa 1990, folks. Come on.
Right. Exactly. His dial-up connection just
It's
won't
okay.
handle that, folks.
Just keep calling like the radio station.
Listen, if we can have a call center just answer the phones and send them to us, that'd be great.
Yeah, we're not quite there yet, though, folks. We're not quite there. We haven't quit our day jobs yet, but yes, we are moonlighting here. So, Alex, let's ask you a couple questions here. How's everything going in your world? What's new with you?
Oh, it's going. Just conspiracy life is strong over on my YouTube channel, and Starletta has made we got some Starletta transmissions from another universe, so a lot of interesting stuff going on there. I'm actually rocking my Starletta merch tonight. I don't know if you guys know who Starletta is, but if you're into interdimensional beings and aliens and weird Southern bells, then go ahead and check out the Starletta show, and you'll find out more than you probably want to. But other than that, just grinding away here on YouTube, getting into some interesting theories over on my channel at the moment with 3i Atlas and Monarch programming, MK Ultra type stuff. But it's always good to take a break. So I'm glad to be here tonight and to see people.
Yeah, exactly. It is nice to talk to other people about this. So the 3i Atlas. So LW's been following that. He's talked about it quite a bit as well. I think Baker has too. I don't know a whole lot about it, but they say something like we got a dang space rock coming at us. What's the deal with that?
Well, according to what I've read, what I'm interested about is the astrology and how it ties into Egyptian astrology. And this is, tinfoil hat required for this conversation. But what I found out in a meditation session, something told me to look up the matrix moon, which I don't know much about at all. I think I've heard people mention it, but I know very little about that whole conspiracy or idea. But also this idea that the sun is a portal. And the interesting thing about the astrology and what they're saying about 3i Atlas is that 3i Atlas might be a mothership. I think I've also heard other people say that it's a comet possibly, but it's supposed to be behind our sun on October 29th, 2025. And the astrology for that day in Egyptian astrology is ruled by the deity Set, which is an offset. I don't know. I talk about Michael Aquino, who was in our military on my channel a lot. He's involved in a lot of kind of conspiracy, dark stuff. And he founded the Temple of Set, which is an offset of Satanism. And Set is the ruler of chaos and destruction and the underworld. And then we've got the sun and Pluto, which is also the ruler of the underworld. And then if you look at the other astrology at play, we've got Mercury in Greek mythology, who was the messenger god who brought souls to the underworld. And then you have Uranus, I think, is making an opposition with Mercury. So in layman's terms, what that means is that there's going to be tension that day between the higher mind and the lower mind. So what I'm predicting from the astrology involved with it is that there might be some kind of revelation that day, maybe a little bit of chaos, but I'm hoping not, but just I wouldn't be surprised if there was. We'll just put it that way. And I think it might have to do with disclosure or some kind of information, maybe because of the planets involved. So I just find that interesting.
Now, what kind of chaos would that? I mean, when you say chaos, what do you mean by that?
Well,
any more than we already see in day?
yeah, I can't imagine. It'd probably be anything from chaotic weather events. I honestly, if I looked at the astrology again, it's been a couple days since I looked at it, but sometimes you get, well, actually, here's another thing I remember. Neptune is in retrograde and Saturn just went into retrograde. So Saturn is also the planet that rules time and is also representative of the devil and tarot. So Saturn going back into 29 degrees of Pisces, which is an ending point and can be like a karmic reset or a point of karma. So that is interesting. And then Neptune is also, I think, also going to be at 29 degrees Pisces, I want to say. And Neptune, when we see Neptune in Pisces in astrology, there can be events with the weather. So like flooding, tsunamis and stuff like that. So that's one thing that astrologists watch out for when they're trying to make predictions. And then the other thing that is significant is Uranus, since it's making, I think it was Uranus that was making the aspect with Mercury, so higher mind versus lower mind, but also Uranus tends to bring shocking changes. So I don't know, maybe chaos as in what if it is a mothership, and what if, I don't know, like, or Project Bluebeam, that could be another thing, like misinformation, you know, like not knowing what to trust or who to believe. And I think we already have a lot of that going on right now, but considering the aspects involved and the fact that they're precise aspects in astrology, which create big energetic points, and the fact that it's behind the sun is just going to be weird that it's happening on that day, almost as if it's like planned or something. And then not to mention just some of the Hollywood programming that we've got right now. Like, I just think it's an odd coincidence that Alien Earth is coming out at this time, and it's like about this spaceship that's like deep in space, and there's all these crazy and alien specimens on board. And so I don't know, it's like, are we hearing about all this stuff now and people are starting to become more invested in what is it? Is it an alien ship? Is it because it's some kind of predictive programming type thing, or is just an exciting moment in human history where it might be something, or it just might be nothing? I don't know.
Well, hopefully it's nothing. I mean, I'd rather not get invaded by aliens anytime soon.
Yeah.
But I don't know. What say you, KJ? What do you think about that?
Well, were you referring to Uranus?
Yep.
Okay. I just had to clarify it, but I mean, not to be. I mean, obviously, it's a funny
not to
word.
be the person that you are.
But you were. It's okay. But I've never heard anyone say that, and I was like, oh my gosh, she's trying. Like, that's funny. I'm like, oh, that makes it even more funny. So anyway, sorry.
Oh no, it's okay. I wasn't. Did I say Uranus or Uranus? Because sometimes
you said it like what? How was it? Well, go ahead and say it. How you say it?
I think I say Uranus, but I don't.
Uranus. No,
I think,
but no,
yeah,
it's just funny because I was like Uranus. That's just where my mind goes, and I apologize. So
No, I love it.
Uranus, my anus, whose anus is it?
Yeah, exactly.
all of them.
I feel like I might be on the wrong
censor it for the kids.
podcast.
I
All right, where did we go
apologize.
wrong here, Baker? Now everybody's just talking
Sorry,
about Uranus.
I had to.
We need a little
But
comment.
this stuff is crazy. Yeah, I've never heard any like this is all new to me for sure.
Well, you know, they just found another moon that's orbiting Uranus too.
What?
That's what
And that's not a joke. Not a joke. It's hard to look past it. Not a joke.
Okay.
Yeah, they just found another moon. James Webb's telescope actually took pictures of it and found a small object that's 2 miles wide that's orbiting with inside the rings around Uranus. So, yeah.
Really?
Wow.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Now,
I hadn't heard about that at all. So
well, on this comet stuff, the other thing that I've learned, or at least seen in the news, is the fact that Congress is talking about moving the Juno probe away from Jupiter to go intercept it to see what this is.
Wow.
Now, whether or not they're going to end up doing it, I don't know, because I think if we did that, I think that sacrifices the Juno probe to be stuck in stellar space. But I could be wrong. I don't know the science behind or how much fuel is left in Juno for orbit corrections, but they have talked about moving it.
I think I actually did hear something about that too. Yeah. Yeah, that'll be interesting. I think I had read that they're like, when things like this happen, they've got to decide, are we going to use that limited amount of fuel to check this once in a lifetime event out, or are we going to stay on orbit?
I think that if this is up to me, I'd sacrifice it. We can send another probe to Jupiter. Let's just do it. But this could be a once in a lifetime opportunity for us right here. Just do it. I mean, we need to find out for sure, or they're going to do it. They're going to see something they don't want to see, and they're going to say, "We lost communication to the Juno probe."
Yeah, that's got to be wild.
Yeah. So that's kind of, I don't know. I saw that in the news, and then I still think it's kind of weird that it's coming in at the angle it's coming in at. It's going to fall within 2% of our solar system's plane of orbits, which is kind of weird. The chances of that happening is like what they say is like paper thin. It's like if you were to shoot a bullet from like 300 yards and split a piece of paper.
Oh
I
my
mean,
God.
it's kind of hard to do this. So is it a coincidence? We don't know, but it is kind of strange. But I think the path that it's taking, how it's going to, come in close contact with Mars and in close contact with Jupiter, because we're actually going to be out of the way. But it's still kind of weird that it's making it's going the direction it's going, because it almost looks like it's doing flybys for reconnaissance missions.
And this is supposed to go down in November, right?
October 29th is when it will be behind the sun. I think on the 22nd it aligns with Earth or something like that. And those are the only dates I remember. But I thought I maybe also read that, did it say it'd be out of orbit or something, or it's not making its closest contact until, did it say January or December possibly? I don't remember.
I feel like it keeps moving, because at one point it was going to be earlier. Well, actually, the first thoughts was it was not going to be till next year sometime, and then they moved it back to October, November, December of this year. So if you're saying January, then they've moved it back again. But I don't think anybody knows until we can see it coming from behind the sun to make another observation. I think there's just guesses right now.
Yeah, I think you're right.
Well, I mean, should be interesting. We'll find out soon enough. I have trouble believing it's anything other than just a big rock, but, I've been wrong, well, once last year, but, we've made it almost to September now, so, there still is time for me to be wrong again by October.
Speaking of higher and lower minds.
Higher and lower minds. All right, so what is it we're wanting to talk about tonight, Baker? You've got a lot of stuff lined up here for us. Why don't you tell the folks what you've got for us?
Yeah, so I have I've kind of plotted some points of interest inside Google Earth, and I think we're just going to take some flybys and see what's going on. We've got some ancient mysteries I want to look at from satellite views. We have some really cool locations that I can get down into the street level and kind of look at, but it's just kind of a topic of discussion to see these ancient mysteries and why they were built, why they even exist. And it's really nice that we got Alex here, because some of this pertains to stuff she knows.
Well, claims theorized about anyway.
You know a heck of a lot more than I do. You give it a different spin that I never think about.
Well, thank you.
So yeah, if you want to pull up my screen,
I've got
we
you
can go
right
ahead and
there,
start.
sir.
Yeah, so I guess first of, I'll just start with kind of the normal ones that we know about. So this is the ruins of Tulum. I've actually been here before. This used to be an ancient port city for the Mayans, where they would actually use it as a trade for, I think, mostly obsidian. That was the big thing they used to trade back in the day. And also some, what was it? It was some kind of pine resin that they used to use, because that was how they used to, I think how they glued the stones together when they were making their structures. I can't remember. Don't quote me on that. But anyways, this was a major port city that they would use to trade amongst the natives around the peninsula.
All right, so this is Mexico.
Right, yeah.
Right.
Just south of Cancun.
Right, okay.
Wow.
It's something, it's definitely, if you've never been, I don't know if this has any really good street view. It might. Hold on, let me see.
Yeah, let's zoom in on this. I want to see it. I've always wanted to go here.
Ooh, look at
Oh,
that.
Yeah, look at that
Oh,
tree.
that's awesome. Look
How
at that.
awesome is it that I picked the one spot? There's a freaking tree. That's amazing.
Put Baker in the middle of a desert and he finds a tree.
Yeah, right. Yeah, so this is essentially what it is. Let me pull out and find a better picture. Honestly, that was not a good one. We'll get off up here. This trail. Let me just a little annoyance. And I know people that travel. Fools, your show is based on traveling. I know people that's traveled can maybe attest to this. But the time that we were there, which was super annoying because all of the tourists were like lined up behind this wall back here, and they were trying to do the whole jump shot where they all jump at the same time and they take a picture and they have all these ruins and stuff in the ocean and the Gulf behind them just so they can get that shot. They wouldn't let anybody near or by. It was absolutely annoying. So I'm sorry to go on that little rant, but that was my bad experience there. Otherwise, this whole thing is cool as hell.
Wow.
All right. Well, let's see. Can you zoom us in? I want to see it.
Yeah, give me a second. I got to reposition my mic.
It always takes forever. You know, this is,
I know, right? Sorry about that.
This is kind of shit show he runs.
I'm trying to
What the hell?
multitask here. I'm trying to multitask here. I needed to sit down. I have a standing desk, for God's sakes. I know some of us don't appreciate the standing desk, but I sure as heck do. If you don't have one, you should get one. So, let's see if this gives us a really good view of what I'm actually looking at here. Here we go. So, by the way, and whenever we were at these buildings, there was like iguanas all over the freaking place here. I mean, have you ever had that experience, fools, where you go somewhere and it's like an infestation with iguanas? They were all over.
Yeah, I'm
Fort
from
Lauderdale.
South, yeah, I'm from South Florida. I mean,
What are you
Jesus Christ.
talking about?
Well, I didn't know they had iguanas down there. I've only been to South
Oh
Florida
my
one time.
gosh. Yeah, they're everywhere.
I know
Yeah,
they got
even when it
bad
gets
football
cold
down there.
and they all start falling out of the trees.
Is that how that is?
It is.
Well,
It really
100%.
is.
Yeah, it'll get cold and you'll have like iguanas dropping from the sky, basically.
What, it just
Seriously.
get frozen and stiff, and they just fall out.
They'll just be over like a regular lizard, but they're just huge ass iguanas, and you're just used to them. They won't hurt you.
Yeah. So, anyways, this is basically a port city, within just south of Cancun, and to get there is not fun. You got to go through federale checkpoints. It's a whole ordeal. But you know, if anybody gets a chance to go down there, this is one of these cool ancient ruined cities that's really nice to see.
Yeah, that would be cool to see. I've
That's
never
cool.
been there.
Yeah, that looks awesome.
So let's move
we going
on. I
to
mean,
next?
this is like one of those sites that a lot of people don't realize, even exists. But fools, I'm gonna let you take over this one because you're the one that pointed this one out. I don't know much about it.
Which one are we going to?
You'll see it.
Now, to be honest, I don't really know a whole lot about this either. It just looked absolutely fascinating. It's one of those things that I look at like, is it, I mean, how close can we get? So, all right, there we go. So what was this and why did they build it? See, I'm a firm believer that the history we've been taught is not accurate. That, human civilization and things like that go back way further than what we think.
Yep, I'm right there with you on that one.
So, I mean, I think I could see, every 6,000, 8,000 years there being catastrophic events that kind of start over. I mean, if you looked at what we live in now after 1,000 years, you hardly wouldn't be able to find any trace of us being here.
Right.
What site is this one again?
And that's just it. It's weird that you see these kind of.
What is
don't-
that?
I don't
Like,
even want to try to pronounce that.
Are they
Somebody
stone?
want to take it
Well,
down?
no. What I mean is is that stone?
I think
it
so.
rock?
Yeah, I don't
think
want to
it's
try to
stone.
pronounce that. Everybody will call me racist.
Rouge. I'll had it.
Yeah, she goes on ahead and goes for it. She's like, I don't care.
Yeah. Okay, it's rocks.
Yeah, this is
Okay.
basically, it's rock formations that were, but I mean, what's the point of that? Who made this and why? I mean,
What
Right.
country is it?
You had asked, but guess what? I have a map. I can find out.
hey, yeah, we're on Google Maps.
And look at that. It's well, how convenient.
Wow.
There we go. What is that? Is that Syria? Looks like it's on the right.
Oh,
on the-
Syria.
Syria. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, there's a lot of that stuff over there.
Syria is. I'm so bad with geography, but Syria is not Sumeria. Is that like totally different? Are those anywhere near each other? Syria and Sumeria?
Maybe. I am terrible with my Middle East
I don't
maps
know.
because those maps keep
I don't
moving.
know. I feel like I should look it up.
I mean,
I don't think it's well.
where's West Bank? And then, gosh, maybe this is right on the edge of, God, whatever that is. What is that?
You,
Is it a war zone? Probably.
Right, exactly. It's a no-go.
It's hard to tell what that is. I don't know. It's not really giving you a country of origin on that. But yeah, we'll just
Yeah.
say it's part of Syria.
Anyway, cool thing. We can move on to the next one.
The
Yeah.
other interesting thing to do would be to see if there was like a ley lines map, because I found that a lot of these ancient sites are built on the ley lines, which are highly energetic points on the earth where there's more like spiritual activity and there's vortexes and I guess portals of energy. So I wouldn't be surprised if that was built on a ley line or some kind of alignment with the constellations or something.
Yeah, you know what? I actually had a ley line overlay, but not on this particular version. I have it on my other machine, and I didn't even think about grabbing the overlay and throwing it on here. So that was my fault.
Well, it's all right.
We'll let you off the hook this time. baby.
Yeah. Well, it's Gutter's fault. So
yeah, it is Gutter's fault. Everything tonight is Gutter's fault.
yeah. So this is. I just wanted to put this on here. Is Chichen Itza, or as some people call it, chicken pizza. Depends.
Oh gosh. I'm
Okay,
so
okay,
hungry.
real quick to butt in here. So the Resume El Hiri or whatever. So it says it's a mysterious megalith monument in the Golan Heights, known as the Wheel of Ghosts, and it's referred to as the Stonehenge of the East.
Ah, that makes sense.
Right. Okay. So yeah, that's yeah. So it's basically one of those same things that they don't know what the hell it is or why it's there, but it is.
Interesting.
Interesting. Yeah.
I mean, wouldn't you think that it was some people trying to send like a signal or a sign? You know what I mean? Like just because it's so large and it's so extreme.
Uh-huh.
You know, like writing help on the beach. You know, when
Yeah.
you're shipwrecked.
Exactly.
Wow. Well, I've also heard people say that those types of is that like pyramid shape? I can't tell. Yeah.
This.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's the Mayan pyramid shape. It's,
Oh.
This is the main centerpiece of Chichen Itza.
I have heard other people say that the pyramid shapes they're either landing pads for UFO ships or that they could be kind of like antennas. Like especially upon hearing that there's all that stuff they found underground at the pyramids apparently. So could that mean that this is acting more like directing energy like you would at a point, or like
Yeah.
some kind of antenna or something like that?
I mean, I've been doing a lot of different research, or at least this stuff has led to research for me, just not on purpose, but it just keeps popping up about resonant energy, and there could be something to that. We know that there are chambers inside the Great Pyramid of Giza that is tuned to I think it's F sharp.
Oh,
It has a natural resonant frequency of F sharp, which, by the way, I believe is the natural resonant frequency of the Earth, which is the tone that you hear when the Macintosh boots up.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, a little fun fact for you. So anybody
Only
on
you
trivia
would
night needs to
know.
hear that.
Only you would know the tone of a
I mean,
Macintosh starting.
seriously.
Huh.
You guys
I
love
would
it.
just think it was somewhere where they would want to be centered on top, to be the top, like a king or a pharaoh. Like I don't know.
It could also, yeah, I think I've seen movies. There's this one movie, I forget what it's called, but I think they're like in the Mayan ruins or something. They're on top of a pyramid, and I think there's like supernatural things that are coming through, and it's like the top of the pyramid was a place where they would do the sacrifice for the gods.
Sure. Yeah. I mean, they want to reach the gods. I mean, that's what I would think. Yeah.
Yeah, see, I've always Baker. You've been here, haven't you?
I've been here before you out.
Right. This is right outside of Cancun, right?
Again, yeah, it's like a 3-hour drive outside of Cancun. Yeah, to get here. It's cool.
cool.
I will say, friendly folks all around here. Really knowledgeable guides. I mean, they have like guys that have careers that are based just giving you tours of this area. Like this is all they do. and they, like when we were there in this little court area, which is where they used to play the sport, you can even see like drawings on the rocks and whatnot. Like they were really detailed on putting messages on the rocks, and they're still tracing them today. Like every time they go back, they keep finding more and more and more. This
When
is
you
just
say
fascinating.
play the games, is that when they would like sling human heads around and?
Yeah, and then they throw it through this hoop right here. Yeah, right there.
Jeez.
Yeah. But what's
Apocalypto.
really
This is a good
what's
movie.
really weird about this area here is, again, it's acoustically sound. If you can clap, and it's weird because when the clap resonates outwards, it cancels itself out, so it doesn't really necessarily echo. It just sounds like a screech. It's really weird.
Huh? Yeah, that is kind of crazy.
Well,
Yeah,
it's got two walls on each side. Why would it?
Yeah, but
echo?
they're perfectly the length of it though. Like if you clap in a certain spot, the length of it's why it matters. Like how did they know to build it that length, make it do what it does? I have no idea.
Sky gods.
Sky gods, right? Yeah. One thing I was going to show on here, if I can find a good angle, is the thing about the actual Chichen Itza, and this is not a good one. I had a good one earlier. You can see the shadows that the steps form. I think it might have been one over here. You can see the shadows that the steps form, sort of, kind of from an angle, and it looks like a serpent. So during, I think, summer solstice, that's where it looks like as the sun hits noon and then starts to set, it looks like a serpent coming down the steps. And that's why they think this temple had something to do with the Serpent King, which was apparently a really big thing in the Mayan culture.
Oh, you know what's so interesting about that? Do you guys know about the 13th zodiac sign, Ophiuchus? I don't know if I said that right.
I can't say I do.
No.
I was just watching a video about that earlier, and it's a hidden zodiac sign, and I think it has something to do with serpents. I think it's like the sign of healing and medicine or something like that. I don't know too much about it, but that's interesting because if a lot of pyramids, according to some of the research I've had, they made them with alignments to the constellations, and they were, at least as far as I know, ancient civilizations were way more in touch with constellations and gods and deities and the celestial bodies than we are probably today. And I think a lot of it has been hidden, like you were saying. So I wouldn't be surprised if that's kind of like people on top trying to hide this knowledge from the little people down here, and that's why they changed all the astrology signs and why we have Western astrology and I forget what the other one's called, like sidereal, or I don't know if it's Eastern astrology and Western.
Well, I mean,
But I wonder if there's connections.
for the ancients, I mean, the sky was their TV. So I mean, that's just and then like today, humans, it's a detriment to technology. But humans today, a lot of us don't even see the sky. Now, where I live at, I absolutely see the sky. There's lots of places where I live where I can go with no light pollution, and I can see so many stars. You can pick a little tiny point in the sky, and I can't count how many stars I can see,
Oh wow.
which is vastly
Yeah.
different than where I grew up.
Certainly not here. Certainly not here. That's for sure.
Yeah, I live an hour from the city and I still got light pollution out here, which is disappointing.
Yeah, and the thing is, with at least with the what like around here, the iPhones have these really cool features. Like it auto sets the exposure, so I can take really cool sky pictures. You can see the galaxy, the center of the Milky Way. You can see that from here, so it's really cool.
That's
I've never
awesome.
been able to capture that before anywhere else.
Wow.
One more thing to note, again, how we talked about things and sounds and stuff. And since I am the audio snob extraordinaire, this site here, when you clap, and this was all part of the tour, but when you clap on, like, right, and a lamp comes on. No, when you clap, the sound reverberates up the steps, and it makes, again, this high-pitched squeal sound. And I don't know how to describe it other than that. It doesn't like squeal, but like it's almost like an echo squeal that cancels itself out. I don't. Maybe like if you ever skipped rocks off of a frozen lake or something, that sound it makes. That's what it sounds like to me. But it's really neat because you can stand in certain spots and it'll do that. But this shows a really cool little depiction of the snake. Like I said, during summer solstice, you can see the serpent come down and then it connects to the head right here. So yeah, it makes a little optical illusion, in my opinion.
Wow.
Yeah, it is really cool.
It
Yeah,
is
I've
cool.
always wanted to go there. I've yet to get to go.
Yeah, I highly recommend it. And like I said, there's all kinds of tour guides. Not a sponsor, but you know, you can go online and find all sorts of. You just got to be careful the ones you pick. But the hotels in Cancun usually has tours set up. You can just pay there and get on the bus and go. But it is a 3-hour ride, so just be prepared to go across roads that are worse than any place else you've been in America. I'm just saying, it's not. We were halfway on dirt roads and halfway, but they were building a train system whenever I was there. So, anyways. Now, fools, I'm going to let you again take this one away because I know that you are, I don't know, you're a self-proclaimed amateur Egyptologist.
I don't know if I'd go that far, but I do want to go there. I do want to go there. I haven't bought my Indiana Jones hat yet because I'm waiting before I get my tickets there. But I've been trying to convince LW to go with me over there. I've got a few people I've been trying to convince to go, but it seems like so many people are scared to go to Egypt for some reason.
I mean, yeah, I'm not going.
Why is that?
I'm too pretty. I'll get abducted.
Too pretty, he says.
So, Alex, I got to ask you this: do you think it's weird, or not weird, but do you think it's odd how these pyramids, would normally line up in a line straight this way, but it's set off to the side, almost like the Orion Belt to mirror it?
Oh yeah, I don't think that is a coincidence at all.
I see. I don't either.
Yeah.
Yeah, so isn't that the deal? They were built to match the constellation there of Orion.
That's allegedly what they have figured out because it does match, again, the constellation Orion in the belt. But nothing else there has much to do with it. Maybe Alex knows more about this than I do, but I don't think anything else has come up about Orion or any of that of the constellations, at least in the Giza Pyramid Plaza area.
Oh man, I feel like I just read something about this, but I'm not remembering it. There's got to be something significant about Orion's belt. I don't know if that's connected to, I don't know, it's got to be connected to something.
Here's another fun fact for you. Do you know the Great Pyramid is actually an 8-sided pyramid?
What?
Yeah, there's actually it concaves on the. It's like you can't tell unless you really get up there and look at it, but it actually has 8 sides to it somehow.
Oh man.
Because it's like when I say sides, it goes in, at angles. So each one is doubling up.
Huh.
Right. So, what kind of views do they give us here?
Oh,
Oh wow.
there's some workers that are in a prison. It looks like.
Right. Here comes this guy.
Oh wow.
Oh.
Look at that.
I didn't think I'd get down in this. This guy's missing half his body, but nobody's. There we go. It's fixed. I'm not sure what this area is. I was just kind of clicking around Street View to see what there was. I was going to try to get to that one where we found the Sphinx. We had a good view of the Sphinx right there. I don't know what when I turn on the 3D images for this and pull up the 3D buildings, it looks absolutely horrendous. Google, get your crap together.
So is this a free site that anyone can access, or is this something that you've got to buy or something?
Well, back in the day, I bought it, but no, it's free now. You can just go download it. But yeah, back in the day, there used to be a license you had to purchase for the Pro Edition, but now it's free. So I think that the story on the Sphinx, I think most people know is, it at one point mimicked a cat, and then somebody later on in time made it look more like a human, and then maybe it was when the Greeks or whoever came up with Cleopatra and was Alexander the Great or somebody stoned off the nose, and now that's why it's left the way it is. But what I was finding interesting is to me it looks like these are watermarks here, like it was at one point underwater, and maybe that was the way it was designed. I know I was watching something on ancient Egypt that showed that, and if I exit Street View, it's almost as if they had this used to be a port city, and it's like the river kind of ran up from over here. It was at one point moved more closer to over here, which is why this is more fertile farmland. But I know a lot of that's because they're irrigating from the river to get over here. But I think that at one point the Nile River was closer to where the Giza pyramid structures were at. And it kind of just looks like that way because of the watermarks that you can see on the base of the Sphinx.
Wow.
And I'm still going with the these things are older than they think they are. I'm still going with that theory. I don't care what y'all can call me crazy, but I think a lot of this stuff's older
Crazy.
than what we've been made to think.
Yeah.
So I mean, there could have been the Great Flood. We all know that happened, whether you look at it religiously, scientifically, whichever way. But every culture talks about the same thing at the same time, and that was what 12,000 years ago. They all line up. Wasn't it 12,000 years ago? Isn't that about right?
The flood, you mean, like how the Younger Dryas and whatnot?
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, right around 12,000 years. Every different, culture around the world talks about the exact same thing.
Yeah, wasn't there a
So-
lot of cultures also that said the moon didn't exist and then one day it appeared and then there was a great flood around the same period?
Oh, wow.
Well, yeah, that was like right before, like the Zulus had that theory. A whole lot of different cultures had that theory. They speak of a time before the moon.
Okay, that's crazy.
Right.
So I find that fascinating as all get out, because if you think about the Younger Dryas period and they talk about, well, if the moon were just to suddenly appear or just get into orbit around Earth, it would mess with the tides. Therefore, there would be flooding that happens.
Wow. I literally just watched, is it David Icke or David Icke? I had just found out about him. Somebody mentioned him on my channel. So I watched a video earlier about his theories about like the matrix moon and the matrix moon and Saturn, and how, according to him and some other, I guess, authors that he got his information from, some books, I thought he said in the 50s or 60s. I might be wrong on that date, but he was talking about how the moon has the black cube of Saturn in it, and Saturn is, or used to be, a sun, or Saturn is a star, and the ring wasn't always there. So it's something that's extraterrestrial. So, and might have something to do with the planet Mars, almost as if Mars was an old civilization that, now is uninhabitable or whatever, is gone, and there could have been interference or some kind of galactic war or something, and then they put down that technology and they use it to harvest energy, according to this theory in this video that I was watching. So that's just very interesting that you just mentioned it. It appeared out of nowhere because I hadn't heard that, and I think that's definitely something.
Somebody say Mars.
Yeah.
I would love to see Alex's recommended videos on YouTube.
Oh my God, me too.
I have a lot of work stuff.
If you just share us your password, and we
Right,
promise
just
we'll
we
just
go
stay on the
there.
YouTube side.
Oh man, everything from do-it-yourself crafts to the most interesting conspiracy theories and celebrity pop culture. But the algorithm is so weird. You watch one video one time, then all of a sudden you get 20 videos like it, and I'm like, no, go back to my astrology videos. This stuff is too weird.
Yeah,
What
it's
I
pretty
hate is
easy
how I hate how you can talk about something and next thing you know, everything's suggested.
Yeah.
Sorry, LW, what was that?
I was just saying, yeah, you can really screw up your algorithm when you look up
Yeah.
a video like that or something.
Exactly.
But yeah, you're right. You can. I've done it many times. Talk about something, and there it is.
Whoa, what is that?
It's the face on Mars, of course.
No way. Oh wait, we're looking at Mars now?
Yeah, this is Mars now.
You mentioned it, so I thought I'd bring it up.
No way.
Yeah.
I didn't realize we could look at Mars from here.
Listen, I'm here to be your tour guide of Mars.
What do you think that is?
It's just it's a mountain, but it's fun to speculate what it could be. But
Yeah.
this is the space. Like during certain shadow periods, it kind of does look like a face. I think they
Yeah.
had it. Oh, I think they had it yanked around this way. Was it this way when they had it? sort of kind of looks like a face, I guess. This is where they claimed to be a face on Mars right here, but it's not. I mean,
I like the way they have the little people walking on there.
yeah, and I can't remove it. Well, at least I don't think I can. Let me see if I can go to layers and see if I can get rid of it. Oh, maybe. Boop. All right, there you go.
Yeah, there we go.
See? We don't.
Wow, I can't believe we can look it up. That's wild. It looks metallic. It doesn't. That's so weird. It's so straight and perfect. You think that is natural of nature to have such straight lines?
I mean, I think it's runoff of some sort.
It does look like a face. What if it's like a giant?
I mean, who
Have you-
knows what this is?
Has anyone seen those videos pop up or had anything like that show up in your feed where it's like people showing all of these mountain ranges that look like they're in the shape of like giant bodies, essentially?
Yeah, I've seen that.
I've seen some
For
of those,
sure.
yeah.
That's what I thought of when you just showed that face. I was like, what?
The Nephilim.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking too. And that also goes back to what that video I was watching from David, Icky or David Ick, whatever. I think he was talking about them too. So just, I don't know, all this stuff that is somehow in a weird way seems to be connected.
My cousin Jimmy and I, when we were little, we used to think that mountains were like sleeping dinosaurs.
Wow.
Like, the back of them and stuff.
What's
Sleeping dinosaurs.
Yeah.
I mean, maybe they were. Maybe it's like subconsciously or like on a soul level. Like, I don't know. Children I think children are very wise. I think they're closer to source energy than adults get because we get programmed. We got all that stuff programmed out of us, and our imagination kind of fades as we get older. But
I just think we loved Littlefoot.
They
That
were
was
just- they were
that.
They
That
were
was a
just
good movie.
weird. They were just weird kids.
exactly.
But in theory, couldn't they be like fossilized dinosaurs under the mountains?
Right.
I mean, it's not that far fetched, is it?
Not
I'm
at
just
all.
playing devil's advocate here.
All right, Baker, what else we got other than Mars?
Yeah, let me switch back. I was looking for.
Not really much to see there. You might as well look at, I don't know, a desert somewhere.
Well, there actually are. There is a gentleman that I found. And, oh gosh, his name's I have him written down in my notes somewhere. He wrote a book about ancient civilizations allegedly on Mars, and and he's using NASA images to basically do a deep dive archaeology study on Mars, and he wrote a book about it. I'm going to try to reach out to this guy and see if he wants to come on. He was also on Coast to Coast AM a couple years ago that he talked to George Norrie. So, but I happened to stumble upon him and we're gonna see if I can get his contact information. But
George Norrie.
Well, I like George Norrie. I know you don't like him. I know you're an Art Bill guy, but I like George Norrie.
The man that ruined it.
All right, let's go back to Earth.
Hey, did you
Yes,
see
go
that?
back to Earth.
Did you see that other one I sent you in the back chat?
Yeah,
Okay, cool.
you want me to bring it up now, or you want me to?
Whenever. I want to save the last one for last that we have up there because I even asked KJ. She'd never heard of it. Gunners had never heard of it. I don't know if Alex has ever heard of it before either, so it'll be interesting to see. Oh, check it out, folks. Look who decided to join us.
Oh,
Yay!
Hello.
I'll just bring it up now since she just came in and just ruined everything.
I know it.
Right.
Gosh.
I'm here to dry it up.
How did the sports game go?
Not too bad. I got told to shut up once, but
I
by
can't
my daughter.
imagine.
Imagine that.
Who told you to shut up?
My daughter.
Oh,
Well, that makes sense.
They wouldn't change the score to be correct, so I had to let him know to change it. So she told me to shut up, or they were going to kick me out. I said, "Good, I can go home." No, but I was a good girl, except for that little part. So yeah,
Yay.
it was good. It was a great volleyball game. Let's see, they lost 1-3.
nice.
Yeah.
That's better than anything. So, Baker, what are we looking at now? Which
Well,
one
this is what you sent me to look at.
Oh, just now? Okay. So this is probably the coolest place I've ever been. As far as this kind of stuff goes. This is the oldest Buddhist temple in the world.
Oh, they got
And-
this 3D image right.
And it's also the second largest religious structure in the world as well. After, what's the one in Cambodia? I'm drawing a blank here. Angkor Wat. So this is the second largest. But this place was fascinating to see. They found it, I want to say the early 1900s, because it was in a jungle and it was all overgrown, and they actually discovered it. And it dates way, way back too. I want to say not as far back as the pyramids in Egypt or anything like that, but it goes way back.
Wow. Is it kind of like a pyramid shape too? I can't really tell.
Not really. Not really.
No.
I mean, it's square
fascinating to
structures.
see.
Yeah,
Right.
square structures stacked on top of each other. I wouldn't say it's
What's
not
the
a
top
pyramid.
though? Is it flat? Can you reach the top?
Yeah, you can go up top and you walk around. It's flat.
Oh,
It's got all
okay.
these. Yeah, it's got all these Buddha heads and all this stuff inside. It's really neat to see.
Oh wow, that's cool.
And if you look out, it looks a little hazy there, but there's a volcano right there in the background too. I don't know if you'll be able to see it or not because of the haze in the picture, but
It's like a chess game.
Yeah,
Was
right?
that quite the
Right.
hike to get there, or did they?
Wow. Look at that.
yet not the easiest place to get to. No, I mean it's kind of a real pain in the ass. But definitely worth it. Definitely worth getting there, seeing it. It was fascinating to see.
Oh yeah.
And plus, you're in the middle of nowhere.
Right.
So it being like a white person, you walk around and all these people are stopping you, wanting to take their pictures with you, and all this
Really?
stuff. Oh yeah. I had to take a picture with probably 50 people.
No way.
Oh, I swear to God, they were lining up. Can we have a picture? These all the Muslim girls in their burqas and hijabs and the stuff like that. And they want to take a picture with the white guy standing there. I'm
That's
oh my God.
hilarious.
Yeah, it was funny.
Wow.
It was funny. Yeah,
I
pretty
love
crazy.
it. Did you give the duck lips?
No, I did not give the duck lips.
Good. Did you give the Joker face?
Yeah, of course.
No, I'm more. Did you give him the Hasselhoff?
Oh, no, you don't want the Hasselhoff.
The Hasselhoff. I give all
That's
the
funny.
ladies the Hasselhoff.
I'll never forget.
Is that what they call it these days?
That is what they call it these days.
Listen, I
yes.
will never forgive you for making me listen to Hasselhoff's version of Sweet Caroline.
Oh, that was awesome. David
That
Oh
was
my
not
gosh.
awesome.
I
That
want
was
some
not
of that
awesome.
action.
No, you
Yes.
don't. No, you don't.
Yes, I do.
It will
Have you,
ruin
never,
the
have you
song.
never gone on YouTube and watched the David Hasselhoff music videos?
Why would I do that?
Oh my God, they're amazing.
I mean, I saw, Pam Anderson, all the, the girls back then. That was a good show.
No, he had a music career as well, music videos and all. It's
Oh,
No, he
wow.
was cool. He was
it's unbearable, but it's funny.
Wow. I totally forgot. I need to check that out.
Yeah, you definitely do.
funny. He thought he was the bomb.
Oh, man.
He's huge in Germany too.
Oh yeah, he's like Elvis, or he was
That's funny.
in Germany.
All right, so here we go. So now we're on Gunung Padang. Now this is the one they found Indonesia as well, which I do hope to go here soon too. That's on my plans next time I'm in Indonesia. But this is, some people are claiming this is the oldest pyramid ever found. So they've just started trying to do excavation on it and stuff because, like with most of these ones that are in these jungle places, they're so overgrown. They didn't even know it was a pyramid.
Whoa.
That makes
And they-
sense.
Yeah, so they just thought it was these weird rock structures at the top. But when they started going down, they're like, holy shit, there's a whole pyramid underneath this thing.
Oh, my God.
That's incredible.
Yeah, I can't believe they're still discovering stuff.
Oh, yeah. Well, and that's the thing, too. You look at, the Earth. How much stuff do we have no idea what's underneath it? These jungles, these things like that. I mean,
Dinosaurs under the mountains.
right, the dinosaurs in the mountains, like KJ said.
That's right.
Well, I mean, if you think, like I said before, if we were erased right now, within 1,000 years, you wouldn't even know we were here.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, that's true.
So you're looking at these things, they're saying this could be over 12,000 years old here.
Wow.
And
You know,
That's cool.
you know, people may, or whoever ancient people may not know that we are here, but Gutters Pub will still be standing.
That's
Said
right.
That, but thank you.
It's been
Gutters
through
and the
worse, huh,
cockroaches.
Gutters?
That's right.
Don't forget, every Tuesday she does some political stuff.
Oh yeah, make sure you tune in for that.
That's my shameless plug. I got to get in every time. Thanks, Gutters. I expect to check in a
I've got
minute.
to jump on that. I have.
Gutters, can you turn your volume up? We can't hear you hardly. I don't know what's wrong with you.
Maybe. I think it's because when I turn it up, y'all blare my ears out. My
Oh, you don't have a cool blend knob like Fools and I have.
I'm not buying another board.
Oh well, cheap ass. So anyway, yeah, there's really not a lot to see because it really hasn't been excavated, but it's pretty that there's a pyramid right there, and
That's
it's
really
just
cool.
so overgrown, and it's you know relatively new. I mean, they knew it was there, but they've started going down and doing those tests they do. They're finding it was like something was built and something was built on top of it and something was built on top of it. So it keeps going up and up and up and up. So it's pretty fascinating, really.
Wow.
Kind of
Hey,
makes
so-
me think of the Portland
Yeah.
airport with all the vegetation grown over it. I don't know
So,
if anybody's been there, but
Alex, did you want me to look up this? What you were
Yeah, I was gonna say that would be a cool one to look up. Montauk Point. That is what apparently they were gonna call the show "Stranger Things." Montauk Point.
All right, let's go. Let's fly there.
Well,
Let's do
apparently
it.
they had some alien tech that they were using on gifted kids and psychics in the Camp Hero location during, I think it was during the MK Ultra stuff. Either that or Project Looking Glass. I feel like it was MK Ultra though. So I just thought it would be interesting to just kind of see if there's anything. Or Camp Hero, that's it. Is Camp Hero and Montauk Point the same place? I'm confused.
I'm not sure. That sounds
If
like
I'm
Montauk,
not
no?
mistaken, isn't Camp Hero the place at Montauk?
Yes. Okay.
This
yes.
is where they did all the testing on people and
Yes.
stuff like that, right?
Camp Hero. Yeah.
Yeah, with the MK Ultra. That's where they
Yeah.
did all that weird stuff.
Huh. So that's coastal. Okay. Okay. I'm about to get on this lake later, and I'm about to go search in the deepest oceans.
Well,
so
I tried this.
the last place we have the show is super fascinating, and I
Yeah,
think everybody's
should-
gonna get a kick out of that.
I think I'm going to skip this. Actually, you know what? Screw it.
Yeah.
I'm going to go to this real quick. There ain't much to this, but if for people that don't know, this is a city they just found. They found an entryway in one of these buildings here. There's not much to look at here, but I was throwing my guy around here at a couple places, and I was managed to find an entry port inside. This is what the inside of it looks like. This is an underground city.
Oh my god.
And apparently it houses, I think that, well, I don't know.
How could they go inside of it on Google Earth?
No,
What?
that's
Yeah,
that's from drug lords.
Yeah, the cartels in here. But
That's
it can
what that
handle,
is.
It can
Oh, wow.
shelter 20,000 people. That's what this is. But
Oh wow.
yeah, the entry for it is like this building right here. It's, let me see if I can find it. See if I can find the outside of it right here. Yeah, they just stumbled upon it. It was like they thought it was somebody's basement, but yeah, it's like Michael J. Fox is taking these pictures apparently. But
Oh my
Right.
gosh,
Little shaky.
I love him.
He loves you too, KJ.
anyways, there's not much to see about that, and there's more to come. But they don't know how old these structures really are, and you know the stumbling upon it. I mean, this is all brand new. But
Where
being
is
able
this?
You had to ask. I wasn't
Well-
ready to answer these questions. Word I can't pronounce. Province.
I mean,
Where's
what
that?
kind? Like where? I mean,
I don't know. Let me zoom out. You're asking for a lot here. People think that I come prepared. It's in Turkey, like everything else.
okay,
Mm.
Yeah.
Turkey.
Oh, look at that. I don't even have to fly over here. Let's just go over here, shall we? This is the one that makes everybody mad right here.
Oh, this is the place that makes everybody mad.
Everybody mad.
What is it?
Let's go inside.
Oh wow.
There you go.
What?
So this is Göbekli Tepe. And this has been another one of those newer things that they've found. And this dates back, God, I want to say it's like, what, another like 12,000 years, isn't that right?
Yeah, it's right around like 12.5, yeah.
And for some reason, this was intentionally buried, and they found it. Now, they've had all these, it's basically less than 5% of it has been excavated. And they're basically using it as a tourism thing instead of really looking into it. So they want to leave
That's
it for
interesting.
they want to leave it for future generations to discover. And what they've done, instead of excavating it, they've drilled holes and like they've messed it up to build these structures on top of it so you can walk around this and look at this.
Oh wow.
That's weird.
Yeah, right.
Jimmy Corsetti, he's been raising a big stink. He's actually has like the people of the country like threatening him and stuff like that. Mad at him for bringing it out to the public. Like, what the hell? At one point, they went and planted olive trees. I think it was olive trees all over the top of it, like parts of it.
Weird.
And I mean, the root system of the trees will mess the stuff up. So the whole thing's really sketchy. It's almost like they're using it as just a tourism thing. And I think it's owned by or the people who are controlling it now is like what is it, LW? Do you remember?
No, I do, but I forget.
They're like, what is it, Devo, what is
Davos.
that? Yeah, I think it has, they've got their hands tied in it too, I think, somehow now.
Yeah, it just seems to be it just doesn't seem to be a natural, a good reasoning for it. You know what I mean? Like, why would you not do it now? And it seems to
Right.
be like some powerful people or entities behind not wanting to proceed with trying to figure out what this stuff is.
Well, it kind of changes. What it shows you is that, they present to you in regular, science that, everybody was hunter-gatherers before these points. Everybody was doing all that. But these things are predating everything they've taught you. And this.
How do you know that?
Well, the testing that they've done. I mean, they're saying it's this old, but that goes back further than everything that they've taught you.
Yeah, apparently before even humans were supposed to be in existence.
Right.
But
They were just wandering tribes going around that there was no
must believe,
civilizations,
CJ.
but yet you have these huge structures that were built like this. They didn't build this and then wander away the next day.
No, and actually, so I saw a 3D recreation of what this is, and this apparently was a hut, and with wall structures inside it, and these two pillars right here was the main focal point of the hut. So the roof would be built up like this, and these were actually built underground. They haven't excavated all of it yet, but this apparently was a building, and so was all these. And it's like, I bet if they get down even further, they're gonna find like even like some walkways and some other kinds of. I mean, have they found pottery or anything from this? Do you remember?
Yes. Yeah. They found all kinds of pottery. They found all kinds of stuff. They this place was intentionally buried at some point in time, which is really weird.
And the thing is that, again, this predates when we thought humans were roaming the earth by quite a bit. Like, what was it, like 6,000 years even before the pyramids were built?
Yeah, and I don't think it predates when they say humans were roaming the earth, but it was basically humans were just, at that point, they put us as nomadic wanderers, just people wandering around doing, that there was no civilization, there was no anything like that. That humans were basically animals wandering around the earth, with no planting crops, no doing anything like that. But I mean, this goes to show you that, I mean, here's a civilization. And they're like, well, we better not dig any deeper.
Right. Definitely seems a little fishy.
Yeah, well,
Which-
they've got other structures around this too that kind of fits the mold. The same kind of premise, but they found it not too far from this structure, and I mean, here's another location they're excavating.
What part of the country or what part of the world is this?
This is in Turkey.
Oh, Turkey. Okay.
Yeah,
Do
Turkey.
you think this is where like they could have had water and this could have been like buried underwater too?
Very, very, it could have been.
Yeah, it's
There's-
hard to say, but I mean, this is if it was underwater. I mean, how did these get built down here?
Well, I think she means underwater after the fact.
Oh yeah, no, I know. Okay,
Right.
yeah.
Kind of like you find, in the Sahara Desert, they'll be out there in the middle and they'll come across whale bones. Yeah, in the middle of the Sahara Desert.
Yeah.
Right.
So, I mean, it was underwater at one point.
Yeah, but I mean, this is just kind of goes along the same lines of the discovery at Göbekli Tepe. I cannot pronounce that
Göbekli
word.
Tepe. Göbekli
Listen,
Tepe.
I really, I need to go back to speech therapy. I swear.
Can-
Can't
all right,
sing.
this
No,
might be
you
this might be the
don't.
comment
No, you
of the
don't,
night.
Baker.
This might be the comment of the night right here. What's up, Kentucky Blue Balls? If Iraq invades Turkey from the rear, will Greece help? Probably so.
I mean, depends on what the viscosity is, I guess.
Yeah, and a lot of these people who try to poo-poo this this place and the people who want to work on it, and you said that save it for future generations, but the stuff that they worked on back in the day, they didn't have that thought then. You know what I mean?
Well, it doesn't make any sense. Why
No, it
would
doesn't
you
make
not-
any sense at all.
It's one of like the greatest archaeological finds of our generation, and they're like, well, don't look any further.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
Well, doesn't it also? Then I'm just throwing this out there. Just throwing it out there. Don't shoot me. I'm just a messenger. But doesn't this also bring into religious aspects being into question?
Yeah,
Probably.
and that's
No.
why I'm like bullshit, but whatever.
it doesn't. But it doesn't.
talking about-
it doesn't necessarily. I mean, that doesn't necessarily. Bring
Well,
that
I
in.
just don't think things are as old as people say they are, and there's no way you know that. Those are theories. Like that's all that is. You don't
See, I'm the
know.
opposite.
Science doesn't know.
I'm the opposite. I think they're way older than what we think they are.
I don't.
Here's the deal: is we don't really know, and neither do
Exactly.
they.
Right.
No.
It's all theory.
Right. And that's why I like discussing these things. It's fun.
Right.
Not everybody has to agree on everything.
Yeah.
Exactly.
For sure.
And this stuff might unlock some more religious text or more religious information too.
Right.
I mean, it's like your current day Bibles and stuff like that. There's words that
Well,
are
that's
in
why you have to
modern day
research
Right,
what
there's
the
wor-
words actually are from and what their
Well-
correct meaning is.
There are words in today's modern Bibles that didn't even exist. There would be there's no record of any of these things that lost in translation. I'm so tired. I'm sorry. I would sound so much smarter if I was awake. But I don't think it negates like all religion or anything like that. Especially if you don't know, because they won't dig it up and look into things, But
Well, see, and I don't even believe that, like, say they found out aliens were real and, that there is life out there. I have trouble believing there's, in this whole universe, you look out into the sky, and there's all those stars. I have trouble believing we're the only planet. But I don't think that takes away from whether or not there is a God, So, I mean, why not? As much as you want.
Right.
He can do whatever he wants to do if there's a God.
I'm right there with you on that.
yeah, and the same thing with religion applies to this. Oh, we want to look at all this stuff, but what we're looking at here on screen, we don't want to look at that. It's no big deal. Cover it up. We'll talk about it later. Same
Where
thing
do you
with
where do you see the last
Yeah.
last thing we're going to look at, KJ?
Well,
Same
I'm
with
interested in what
religion
you're
texts
so
that
you're
take-
saying like
yeah.
the Turkish people or what, so they're trying to hide ancient ruins because it would
Well, we don't know why. That's the point. Why don't they show us what it is? Why don't they excavate it? It's like the archaeological
because it's
find of
money. It's a tourist attraction.
Well, yeah, but wouldn't it be a bigger tourist attraction if they excavated?
Look at the food they put in our food in America. It's not because I mean it's because they don't care. It's all market. It's all money, right? Who would want to feed people poison? Right? Do you know what I'm saying? It has nothing to do with logic. It's money.
Yeah, and
Greed.
also with all the stuff that's going on in the world right now, and just if you think about just society in general and how it runs, kind of, there's just a couple people on top, and then manage all the people. So they also manage the media and our perception, and certain things like could cause complete chaos if it interfered with people's, I don't know, religious beliefs, for example, especially if they're trying to bring us together in like a one world government, and then they've got to cover their trail if they find out that they've been lying to us all this time about religion or aliens or whatever the hell they are lying about. In theory, that would be my guess. Like maybe there's something that we've been taught in our school systems that's been the accepted thing, and then this could be a big bombshell, like, oh no, actually this is where the reptilians live, surprise, they're real. Like, not I'm kidding about that. I don't think that's necessarily
Surprise, the
it,
cone heads are real.
yeah, right.
They
Like,
exist.
Shit, you guys, we're gonna have like billions of people mad at us because we've been kind of telling everybody for a long time there's no scientific proof that this could ever happen. Like, we've been making fun of all those conspiracy people that believe in lizard people, but shit.
Right.
Well, I'm pretty sure in the past 10 years, the conspiracy people are, winning like 50 to 1 or something.
Yeah, for real though.
So, All right, here's another fascinating thing to look at. Now, this, another thing going back to Jimmy Corsetti, he's come out with a whole theory that this is where Atlantis was.
See, that's interesting you say that, because when we were looking at the other place too, I was thinking in my mind, I'm like, about the underground cities. Like, I wonder, you hear a lot of people in that realm or French communities talk about Atlantis and how it failed the first time because of technology, and how this is another point in human history where a lot of those themes are coming back around. But this time around, hope we have a better chance of not turning into a insane totalitarian government, just surveillance everywhere and transhumanism and people not having any freedom of thought. I think there's more hope this time around for the future of humanity because we've got more people waking up to the truth. And then the interesting thing is that we've kind of like been programmed through our media for so long to almost expect this apocalyptic kind of event. Like, it just feels like people have been waiting for something, whether that's aliens or like World War III or nuclear threat or whatever. And then we've got all these interesting discoveries coming out. And the word apocalypse means to reveal, if I'm not mistaken. So is that maybe all it means? Like, just it's time on the planet. Because the other thing, if you look into like Mayan calendars, so apparently we've been in a phase of human history, according to the Mayan calendar, since about 2011, when humanity has been in a testing phase for consciousness. And that's ironically, if Project Looking Glass was a real thing, Project Looking Glass being some secret government op where they were using like psychics and kids to look into timelines. And then in 2012, everything stopped working, which is ironic because in 2012, that's also, according to my research, when CERN started doing more experiments, and there's rumors that they're trying to open a portal to Saturn or something. But it's just interesting because the Mayan calendar was saying, I think it says in the year 2030 is when there is a suspected or predicted timeline split. And I don't really know what that means, other than does that mean there's going to be like a literal split of two physical Earths, and there's, kind of like a figure eight, how there might be an intersecting point and they like cross, and it's like mitosis, like they just separate or something into different densities. Because I've also heard a lot of spiritual teachers and just French communities talk about, I'm losing my train of thought here because I'm getting tired too, but talk about how we're moving into the fifth dimension now. And then if you want to get really conspiracy hat, like the David, I can't say his last name, David Icke or David Icke, who apparently, like, if you look him up on Wikipedia, it's kind of like, is this guy nuts? Like, he doesn't have the best reviews. But when I was watching his video, just because I don't like to, judge too much until I've had a chance to listen to something, it was interesting what he was talking about in the video because, oh God, I just lost my train of thought again. I'm losing it. I need some coffee because this is way past my bedtime. But what was I going to say? I totally just forgot where I was going with that. But
well, it's funny you mentioned like the 2030 thing because how many times have you heard politicians, Agenda 2030, all this stuff with the climate by 2030, this, there's so many things they mention all the time about we have to do this by 2030. We have to do this by 2030. Like, it's really weird.
Right.
And then you mentioned that, and then you said 2012 with the Mayan calendar. Think about how politically, like around the world, how everything kind of went crazy after 2012. It was like right around 2012.
Right.
You can even gauge it by Google searches. Like Google Trends.
What's so crazy then is I know, like, when I look back at my life, I feel like 2011, 2012 was right around the time where I had my first level of spiritual awakening when I realized, oh, maybe life isn't just fated events. Maybe I have more control than what I think I do. And it was like the first time I ever got out of Ohio. And that was like my big thing in my whole life. Like, I'm never going to get out of Ohio. I'm just stuck here forever. And it's weird because when I think about life in terms of kind of like co-creating with the universe, which is what we are on apparently with the Mayan calendar. It's like a co-creation phase, meaning like law of attraction, like what you think you can create, like this whole idea. And I don't know if anybody on this channel is interested in manifestation or knows about it, but like law of attraction, when I started learning about that, I realized like, holy crap, my thoughts are extremely powerful. And I had never put 2 and 2 together before. So, I mean, I can say, at least for me in my life, like with complete confidence, like when I've set my mind to something and I focus on manifesting it, like things happen. So it's just interesting to see how my life has played out. And the starting point for me would have been about 2012 when I started getting into all that stuff, which is in alignment with the calendar. And and it just all the stuff that's going on with the world right now. It's like something, they keep mentioning 2030. I don't think that's a coincidence.
Funny how everybody from Ohio, their main goal is to get out.
For real. I know, it's like so gray. So gray.
Got to get away from that Skyline chili.
Yeah. Oh God. No, I missed the Skyline.
It's either that or they're going on TikTok for speed dating.
Yeah. Also
right.
that.
Exactly. Oh,
nothing better to do.
Oh my God. So here we go with the rich out structure. There's been push that, not push, but like Jimmy Corsetti's come out with the theory that this was Atlantis. A lot of the stuff does line up and we do know that the Sahara was once underwater. And it actually does line up to where you can see like the line in right there where the water would have came in, made the rings going around. And this place is huge. I mean, you look at it like this, looks like some little thing, but I mean, the dimensions line up almost exactly like Plato described it. The hills that surround, blah, 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 the whole thing lines up very similar to how it was described originally. So, pretty cool to see. Really hard to get to because it's in the middle of the Sahara Desert. Wow. So it's not like, it's something that people can just go. Yeah. The tourism there is very, 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 very limited.
So from the start of the structure all the way to the other side, I just measured it out. It's 22 miles.
Yeah, so that's 22 miles.
Wow.
Across.
That's huge. Yeah. Wow.
Right.
I can't even fathom that.
There is no street view of this. It's like it's vast nothingness.
Wow.
Yeah, the Google car's not driving past this.
Oh wow.
No. Here we go. Anybody wants to see? Let's go stargazing, shall we? Oh, look, it's the Seven Sisters. Hello, how you doing?
Oh, how cool.
Yeah, this structure, they actually only found this because it was the ISS folks up in the space station that looked down and said, "What is that?" And
wow.
Yeah, they were the ones that discovered this. There was also, I read somewhere where, again, where the Sierra was underwater, that this was actually a vortex structure that carved into the mountains, and this is what was left behind once the ocean had drained out of this area. But that's just a geological answer to that. I was fascinated on the geological side. So that's one theory they have, is that this was an underwater current that did this over millions of years.
Yeah, just the round shape just reminds me of a lot of imagery, I guess, that I've seen regarding Atlantis. So I wouldn't be surprised if there was a connection there too.
Okay, are we ready to move to the lines?
Yeah, definitely ready for this one. Can you get us that first image though? Like,
You mean which one? The spider?
no. Like the runway. Yeah, you know what I mean.
The
Oh,
airport.
here.
Right, the airport.
Yeah, this is where I was zooming in at.
So this is where I really want to see. Have you ever heard of this, Alex? The Nazca lines.
No.
Okay, KJ, you ever heard of the Nazca lines?
No.
Okay, what does this look like to you?
But like triangle?
We'll zoom in a little bit more, Baker.
Yeah, I have to
Okay,
see a
what
little
does that
bit.
look like to you?
Or like an old
Beef jerky.
like old city or something? Is that I can't tell if that looks like something ruined.
Well, does it not?
I mean,
look
it looks like like you can see mountain ridges a little bit.
No, this is flat.
Completely flat.
Oh,
Mountains are
could it
over there.
be a what's it called? Like a crop circle type thing? Like lines like something landed?
I mean, what does
Oh,
that
it
look
looks like a
Is that Gutter's airport?
we're a plane.
Yeah.
Yeah, it looks
Okay,
like
so
a
now
runway.
zoom back out.
Yeah, from the top. There you go.
Okay, look at all these perfectly straight
Wow.
lines.
Yeah.
It's interesting.
Okay, what does that look like to you?
Looks like a runway.
Runway. That's the word I was looking for. Thank you.
Yep.
And you know, what are all these other perfectly straight lines? Okay, this gets a lot more fascinating.
Oh, you just wait.
You just wait. This gets a lot more fascinating. Now, KJ, this is going to make you go, huh? Here in a second. Okay, so what would you... This wasn't discovered until we had airplanes. Okay? Till we could fly over this. And take it away, Baker. Give them a little tease here.
Yeah, so basically, it was a commercial airliner that had spotted this. I wanted to say it was the pilots that spotted it because they flew over this path so many times. But what caught their eye was these other images that are showing up all over the place that you don't notice until you look. But if you look real close here,
And you have to be in the air. You have to be in the sky
have
to
to be in
see.
the air.
Like, look at that. Look, does that not look like another? Look,
Oh my. What?
yeah.
Whoa.
Oh, this ain't the only one.
no, there's like 140 of them that they found, and they're still finding new
They're
images.
still finding these things, yeah. You know, you've
That's
got-
odd.
Where's that road at? There it is. You've got.
So is this kind of out there in the middle of nowhere?
It's in
Or is
Peru.
this-
Yeah.
It's in Peru, so it's about what is it, like 100 miles from Lima, out in the middle of a desert. This is in the middle of a desert.
Okay. Oh wow.
Yeah, and they're just carved into the rock, and it's just stayed like that. You've got another structure here that kind of looks like I don't know if is this the tree one that we found.
Oh wow.
The spider,
you've got-
the spider is amazing because that's a fucking spider.
Wow.
Yeah,
There's a dinosaur, one that looks like a dinosaur somewhere.
yeah. You just got to kind of. We haven't found all of them yet. Now there is an image or a map that shows kind of what they found so far, but we just said screw it, we're gonna find it ourselves.
Well,
But,
and what's trippy is Baker kind of put us on some mountaintops around there, and you can't see them from the mountaintops. Like,
No.
even Baker, he literally highlighted one, and it didn't. I mean, you could see there was a neon yellow thing over there that he highlighted, but you couldn't see what it was by no means. Which
Wow.
seems strange to me as to
Let me pull
why
up one.
would somebody do that? Why would somebody make a big ass spider nobody's gonna ever know is there?
So here's the lizard right here.
Yeah, there you go. Look at that.
So that's the lizard. No, this is the tree
Oh, yeah.
looking thing.
Oh my.
Yeah.
Wow.
There's the frog right here.
Oh wow.
Now, what I have not been able to find, and I think it's because it's too small.
I have.
There
Wait,
is-
I got something to help us here.
Okay.
Give me just a minute. I can bring this up. It'll give us an idea where to look.
While you do that, I will be right back.
Okay, cool. I'm just uploading something here. Why the hell is it not giving me this? Here we go.
I mean, it's
this is-
cool. It's like huge. What is it? Hieroglyphics or what? However you pronounce that.
What did we figure last night? We did the math on it. There, like that spider was, what was it, guys? It was like 4.5 football fields long.
Wow. What would it take to do that?
So here's the layout of all these different things. But there's like 140. They just found there's a cat carved into the side of a mountain. There's a, there we go. Got Alex back. So there's like a cat, like they found a cat carved into a mountain. There's all this stuff is just right there along that we're looking at.
Wow.
So if we look at the spider, we know we can come down here and see the condor. We know we can see this hummingbird thing over here. We can see there's a monkey down here. There's a dog here. And a little astronaut man here. A compass, a whale.
What?
So all this stuff is carved in, but you can only see it from the sky. So, I mean, how do you really explain that?
Well, that was their point, right?
Right.
Well, it would be, it would kind of lead you to think that that was their way of communicating with people, not on the ground.
Right. Right.
So,
But why would they? I mean, I don't know. It gives you, thought there. I mean, why were they doing it? If
Yeah,
there
well-
wasn't people in the sky.
right.
Yes, exactly.
And I mean, you just you can't really relate it to today's terms. What would you be doing down there to communicate? You're like, well, what do we say? Or, I don't know. We
How
have a
long did
dog.
it take them to do this?
Yeah, or what did they use to do it?
Right, exactly.
Yeah.
The tools and the precision
The
to
precision.
make it to be on the
But-
ground.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Baker,
To
I
make
don't know
these
if you saw this, but this gives us kind of a
perfect
map
circles.
here.
Yeah.
Sorry, LW.
Wow.
I saw that. Yeah, I was actually going to see if I can find a overlay to put in Google Earth real quick.
Okay, yeah, that would be cool if we could find that.
Yeah, that's super cool. I didn't know.
Never
Yeah,
heard
so-
of this.
Yeah, and this is, and like I said, they didn't discover this till we flew over it. And people are like, "What the hell is that?"
When
There's
was
damn-
that?
I think somebody first. I think it was in the 1930s or something.
Oh, wow.
Somebody had said that there was something there. Somebody had seen it somehow. With something. They're like, "Hey, there's something here." But it wasn't until like the 40s or 40s to 50s when commercial planes and stuff like that started flying over this, and they're like, "Holy hell, we're in the middle of a desert. What is that?"
Wow. So is this a place that's
That's
open
cool.
to tourists?
Yeah, you can go there, but I mean, unless they do a lot of tourist things where they'll take you in airplanes and fly you over
Gotcha.
it, and the little small planes and fly because, like I said, it's in a desert, so it's
Yeah.
not like there's a city. It's like 80 miles or 100 miles
Wow.
south of Lima. I think it's like 80 miles or something south of Lima.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you've never heard of that before either, have you, KJ?
No, never.
So what does that make you think?
I mean, it just like, people leaving signs for whatever they were trying to reach out to, whether it was a god or who knows. Right?
Well, I don't know. I mean, I wouldn't think it was a god that they were trying to do that to.
Well, what I'm saying is whoever they were reaching out to. I mean, I don't really think too much into it. It's so long, like they were reaching out to someone, but what it looks like is what they carve in caves, the hieroglyphs.
That's what I was thinking too.
Yeah. And it's the same thing on a bigger level, which, so it's the same thing.
On a huge level.
Right.
I mean, like I said,
But I
I've been
mean, it is the same type of carvings and stuff, though.
And you know what's interesting in the hieroglyphs? I think I've seen pictures of, I guess I don't know if they're depicting the gods, but there's like huge, giant looking figures, and then there's like tiny humans, I guess. So that also the size. I'd be curious, like how big these things are. Like, are they?
It's
I
crazy.
mean, obviously big enough to. Yeah. My first guess is like is that like a ship or something? Like something that, made that with precision like that? Or
Yeah.
my other thought is like giants or something. Like maybe they're, I don't know. Just very interesting. It makes you think back to like, what is it, Nephilim? Are they the ones that were the giants? I don't really know too much
yeah, I
about them.
think so. Yeah.
Okay.
Hey,
yeah, and
appreciate you,
David
Mr.
and
Duggar.
Goliath.
Appreciate you, Mr. Duggar, throwing out the gifted membership there. I think Vandy Dandy got that. So, Vandy Dandy, make sure you tell Mr. Duggar thank you and appreciate you, Mr. Duggar. Always good to see you, Bubs. Yeah, did you find an overlay there or no?
I did, but there's a lot more than what that little thing showed.
Well, that's what I'm
so-
saying. There's like 140 of these things
Yeah.
carved or something like that.
Oh my
I'm
gosh.
trying to figure out. It doesn't look like I've got a file that's compatible with what I'm.
Okay, so go to the spider.
Just look at the ones right now that you got on screen.
Yeah, let's just see the
there's
ones we
some
got.
that they haven't even marked.
Wow.
Find the spider again.
No, it's easy. It's by. The spider is an ant.
That looks like an ant.
Well, yeah, well,
I mean, it has
spiders
4
have
legs.
two
Because it
pods.
has the badunkadunk.
Well, but it's 2 pods. It's 2 sections, so that would technically make it a spider, I think, with 8 legs.
But I mean, think
So-
about like Mount Rushmore. Like people did that. That's pretty incredible. Like it's
Yeah.
really not that. To me, is not like.
But they did that with modern day tools and with.
Yeah, and dynamite to blast it
But
out.
look at the
You're right.
pyramids. Like everything was done.
Well,
But
how
humans
did
are
they do it?
amazing.
Okay, we
That was
question
owned
the
by giants.
pyramids. We still question the pyramids.
You know, we still question the pyramids too. How did they move those huge rocks? How did they do these things?
Are you
They
telling me a
moved them.
bunch
They
of
moved
men
them
moved
hundreds
those
and
rocks?
hundreds and hundreds of miles. These stones that weighed, hell, I don't even know how much. 100 tons. So if you go to the Spider Baker and then you go kind of directly down to the left, you should see the bird.
Directly down to the left.
Right. If you go to the spider.
Well, the spider's right here. Yeah.
The ant.
Going down.
Okay. Okay. So it's the other way. It's the other way. I'm looking at it from a reverted. No. Go to the spider. Wait,
I mean, there's
something right
there's
there.
a dandelion or whatever the heck.
Okay. Okay. So yeah. Then if you go back to the spider and then go right above it, you should see the condor. Then if you go directly to the left of that, there's a hummingbird looking thing.
Can you bring up that image real quick and I'll
Yeah.
find it?
I got it right here, ready to go.
Because everything's inverted on my side.
Right.
You
It's
say
it's
so.
opposite of what we're looking at. So
Okay.
see where the
give me a
spider
second.
is.
Okay. Yeah.
Boom, boom, and then there's the monkey right underneath the hummingbird, dog right over here, little astronaut man right over here.
Okay, hold on. I have the bird pulled up right here.
All right.
Okay. I'm good. Yep, you're going to pull it up. I got the bird. The hummingbird.
Right. So there's that. Then if you go to the left of that, directly to the left,
Yeah. Should be
You
around
should
here
see-
somewhere. Wait, there's a nope, that was over here. That there's another symbol that's down here somewhere.
yeah, the shit's everywhere. I mean, there's stuff carved in everywhere into this, which is fascinating.
There's a well too that I found, and now I can't find it again. It's like, how do they know to do this?
And why did they do it?
I mean, why did they do that? Again, if I had my other map that I can lay over and look at ley lines. I wonder if these line up with something.
Yeah, that's would also be my guess too.
Yeah, here's that image again.
Yeah, I'm looking for the monkey. I thought it would be easy to find the spiral tail. Some of these are a little bit. I think it has a lot to do with the quality of the image too. Let me do the Wayback Machine real quick. Okay, that one's a little bit lighter.
What do you think of this, LW? Oh, I think LW stuffed away. What do you think, Alex?
I think this is definitely the thing that keeps coming up for me. I'm like, this doesn't seem human. This is just evidence of extraterrestrials and intergalactic things, or Nephilim and giants, because I just don't.
And
I
you've
can't-
never heard of this?
Or yeah, I've never heard of it. The other thing is like you keep saying, like civilizations that are just completely wiped, like they reset it and they start over. And actually, I was listening to another podcast the other day. It was about, I forget his name, like Darius Wright or something. I can't remember if that's his name, but this guy that explores altered states of consciousness, like out of body. And then there was another woman on this episode that he was on, and she was talking about the 12 realms, or the 12 dimensions, and how they were connected to, like, all right, this is the Egyptian time period timeline. This is the I forget what else she mentioned, but Atlantis timeline. This is the, I don't know, Lemurian timeline, or whatever. But the point was that she was making is that these timelines simultaneously exist at the same time. Like, I don't know if it's like some kind of multiverse thing or what. But what was really weird is that Darius, like, he was also talking about the 12 dimensions, but he saw it differently because he was exploring them mostly through altered, through out of body states. And then what was really weird is he explained that there's a place, I guess, in one of the dimensions where it's like this huge round table that almost in a way kind of looked like, I don't know, like the earth, the flat earth model with like the firmament. And he was saying that it's like this big round table, and then the interdimensionals, or the gods, or whatever is in that dimension, the entities in that dimension, can see what's going on Earth. And what I think is a really interesting, just odd parallel is the show Westworld, where they have the AI host, the robots who are AI that look exactly like humans. I don't know they're robots. And I think Delos is the company that owns the theme park for the robots, or the AI hosts. And there's a big table that looks just like that he described in his out of body pictures, where they can see what's going on in the Westworld where the robots live. And I don't know, I just thought that was like really weird, the synchronicities with that.
I've never watched Westworld. Is that worth watching?
So good, but now they're making you pay for it. But I saw it, I think it came out, I want to say around 2017, and it's just so interesting because there's that one woman, Sabrina Wallace. Somebody just told me about her the other day, and her content is all like, we're already hooked up to the cloud, like they're tracking us through essentially everything from medical records, through our data, through our online purchases, through our social behavior, through the microphones on our phones and the biometrics. Like every time you're looking at your phone, it's like scanning your face every 3 seconds. So according to her, since the 90s, we've all had like nanotechnology under our skin, and we've, been connected to the cloud, and then all the satellites in the air, which really creeps me out when I watched her video, because then I immediately thought of Westworld. Like, are they trying to tell us something? Like, and the weirdest thing about that show is that there's this part where this guy who was suffering with mental health, and I think he was like a former military in the show, and they were living in a future where there's this algorithm that controls everything, and he was on this timeline. The algorithm was like, oh, you're gonna die like by the time you're 40, and then you get mental health, and then you get depression because of your past experiences. So they had like these algorithms set up for people, and the choices they were most likely to make based on all their Google data and their social media profiles and their medical history and blah blah blah. And it's so eerily similar to life today, because it's like you said, like we don't even have to say it out loud anymore, and it's like Google already knows what you're thinking about sometimes. Like, has that ever happened to you? Because that has totally happened to me, where I literally just think something and then it's like already in the type thing. Like, I'm like, how the F did you know I was going to type that next? Like, it's just, I don't know. It's really creepy. And then when you think about it from like the lens of the New World Order and this transhumanism agenda, like they're trying, I don't know, apparently trying to have everybody get like microchipped. I don't know if that is going to happen, or if they want that to happen or what, but they're trying to, at least from what it appears like, trying to get rid of, cold hard cash. And a lot of banks are like closing down their vaults right now because people aren't using it, because everything's becoming digital currency, and then they've got crypto. So then does that mean eventually we're going to have to just start scanning our wrists to pay for things. You know, we're not, in theory, too far off from that. I don't know. It's just kind of weird.
I'm not putting a microchip in me.
No, neither. Me neither.
And neither are they. What about you, LW? I see you're back with us.
Am I putting a chip? I don't know about that.
You find anything here, Baker? What do you got?
Wow, look at that. Like a dragon or scorpion or something. What is that?
I don't know what the fuck that is. Hold on. I guess it's open.
Whoa. Oh,
Oh, look how it moves. That's crazy.
wow.
That's creepy.
Interesting.
It just seems like there's a lot more that I don't know who
What are you hiding from us, Peru?
I don't know who they are, but specifically, but they don't want us to know everything. But I think there's a certain group of people that do know what all this is about,
Well, for anyone that is interested,
and they don't want us to know.
Yeah. I've been digging into this book on my channel lately. I don't even know how I found this on the internet, but it's The Illuminati Formula to Create Undetectable Total Mind Controlled Slave by Fritz Springmeier and Cisco Wheeler. And this, I think it came out in the 90s, but this book is like the most disturbing thing ever. And it talks about mind control, like essentially being done on a mass scale. Well, I think they're specifically in that book talking about people who have been kind of like from the chosen ones bloodlines, and they have some really crazy criteria for how they choose people to program in this thing, Monarch Programming, which was an offset of MK Ultra. But they talk about how trauma starts in the womb, and that sets us up for splitting our personality into alters that can be controlled by different like triggers and stuff. And I think this book is mostly talking more geared towards like people who have like the movie Split, where he had multiple personality disorder and he had all those different alters or personalities living inside him. But what's eerie about this book that came out 30 years ago is it's talking about Disney movies and how they program our psyche, like Beauty and the Beast, and how people like, it's so weird because I feel like there's so many like women or maybe people who fall in love with their abuser. Like that's a common story you hear from people who are in toxic relationships. You fall in love with your abuser, like Beauty and the Beast. And then there's also the Little Mermaid, and apparently the programming in that was you lose your voice, like victims lose their voice and they have a fear of speaking out. And then they even do like Aladdin, and talking about the programming on something like Aladdin is for us to believe that there's a master that answers our wishes. So it's, I don't know, it gets really dark if anybody's like interested in that whole theory and kind of like seeing the top down.
Actually.
Yeah, it's kind of creepy and a little bit disturbing when you start to realize like, have I been programmed? Like, a lot of these things are kind of like going on in my life, like early childhood surgery, like testing done at 18 months, IQ of 140 or higher as a kid, like especially the gifted kids and gate kids. And I think it's so interesting that is also coming around right now on social media, like all these gate kids remembering, not remembering like what happened in the gate program, and like being taken out of class to go sit in a dark room, which is in this article. It's talking about how, this is a real thing on Blair White's podcast. She just had on Danny Sheehan, who's a Harvard UFO attorney. And he was talking about how one of the bases, I'm hearing this name pop up a lot. This is I think it's a defense company, Northrop Grumman and Lockheed Martin, something like that. But apparently Northrop Grumman had a classroom for gate kids, and they found alien tech during the Roswell crash that included a helmet, and the pilot would pilot the ship telepathically, and then the ship was organic too, so it had organic material in it. So they tried to use it on our military, but since our military is so rigid in thinking, like very left brain thinking, the military, like they were dying. So they had to use this technology on kids or psychics, and kids are most psychic when they're in a dissociated state, which they get there by fear and amphetamines. So it's so weird to look at all these kids who are diagnosed with ADHD at like 7 years old. And then also like in my gate groups, like people have a lot of memories. Like it sounds so crazy, but like people, like before this stuff came out on Blair White's channel in this episode, people had memories that they talked about on my channel of like flying UFOs telepathically. So I was just kind of shocked when this episode came out, like what is really going on here? Like I don't know. It's so crazy.
Yeah, I find that, that stuff is fascinating. The ADHD, everybody, like every kid now, they diagnose with ADHD. Why don't they just put them on the swim team or put them into
No,
soccer?
I think it's diet. I'm sorry. I think
Yes.
it's what's in our food.
Yes.
That 100%.
But
That's-
you don't think that maybe being a little more active and not
Well,
sitting around
obviously.
playing a video game 24 hours a day. and, like,
Obviously, that will help.
exercising.
But yeah, 100% though. It's food. It's food additives that have been. I mean, it's poison in our food that
it's like Crispy
cause.
says, people are getting diagnosed with ADHD at 3 years old.
I mean, they are. And people, I mean, I remember raising my nephew and they were trying to put him in. I'm like, no, I'm not putting him on anything. He's like, he's a little boy. You know, he's
But they
got
were doing it
energy, bro. Like,
25 years ago, they were trying to put
Baker,
my
you got
kids-
that line open?
they did.
Well, that just
Gutters?
sounds to me like
Yeah, I didn't let him.
Yeah.
the assumption that everyone should act the same way,
Yes.
which
Right.
is
And that.
which is nuts. You know, I have 2 kids. I have nieces, nephews. I have friends who have kids, family members. You know,
Right,
all this. Every kid has their own personality, and a lot of these things come across and get diagnosed in school. And it's a very new thing that we send our kids to school. When you look at the entire history of humankind, the kids weren't sent off to school for 8 hours a day.
Well,
what I mean?
Or they
Just-
took naps when they were little
Well,
because
when
they
s-
needed it.
Yeah, way back in the day, they'd go to school for like 3 hours, come home and start working. And
No, yeah,
And
you're
they
They
right.
also
play
didn't
and-
start when they were 3.
right. I mean, you,
I mean, they just didn't. And I mean,
Yeah, it's
I don't
hard to
know.
be hyperactive when you're been plowing a field all day.
yeah.
You know what I mean? It's like, do something maybe. Hey, if anybody does want to call in, we're going to wrap this thing up in about 15 minutes. But if anybody does want to call in and give us their thoughts, there is the number right there. Click. There's not a link out right now, but if you do want to just call in, you are more than welcome to. 775-644-0664 if you would like to call in. Baker gave the rules earlier, but yeah, there is no caller or call waiting. So if you get a busy signal, it is what it is. Call back when somebody is not on the line. But if anybody does want to call in and give us their thoughts, 775-644-0664. Maybe we'll see.
Yeah.
I'm not sure. I just heard a Liberty commercial. I don't know where that came from. Maybe my TV. I was watching, just in case anybody wants to know, Georgia Tech did pull off the win, so Rec Talk does not have to drink the 40-year-old
oh, man.
Oh, thank
Coca-Cola.
God.
That
I
is the
was
worst
worried.
news I've
Go
heard all day.
Georgia.
Georgia Tech. But
Georgia Tech.
yeah, I'm glad Georgia Tech won, and I'm glad my friend
Still
doesn't have to
Georgia.
die of botulism. So you know.
Yeah, I'm glad your friend doesn't have to die of botulism either. That was concerning. I'm like,
Right.
please don't do that.
Even though I would have liked to see him do it. I mean, even if he'd have just got a little sick, you know, it would have been okay. As long as he made it through and pulled through, it would have been worth it.
Oh,
Yeah.
man.
Maybe just had to call in sick for work one day.
Right, exactly. That wouldn't have been that bad.
Yeah, right.
So the KJ, real quick, the Nazca lines, that's pretty cool, isn't it? Though I mean, like
I mean,
you
it
never-
is. It is. Yeah, it is cool. It. I don't know. I'm so. I feel like I don't try to be like the. I feel like a good cop, bad cop. You know what I
That's what
mean?
you
I'm
want.
not trying, but I just like. Yeah, I think it's super cool, but it's not like. I don't know. I think. Yeah, I mean, I think humans have been capable of so. I mean, look what we have created in the cities and everything. I think people have been capable of doing things, and we just don't know how they did it, but they pulled it off. I don't think there's anything, you know. I'm just not one of those, you know, that think there's something extra to it. I just think that humans are amazing. Look at all.
So you think in 500 BC they built all those straight road-looking things and runway-looking things and spiders all over the ground and little alien people and birds that are
No, I don't know when it
4.5.
was. I'm not
No,
saying
I'm telling
that.
you that's when they're dating it too.
But
They're saying,
again, you don't know that. That's theories. That's
no, I think
there's
it's
no
older
way
than
to
that.
actually prove that, and that's
And I think it's older
the truth
than that.
of science.
I think it's probably like 12,000 20,000 years older than that. That would be
Right.
that's my opinion
Right.
coming into this. But,
Right.
you know, all right, we do have a caller on the line. Let's let
Yay.
Baker take this over. Let's see who calls in. I love the sound of the call in.
Yes.
Yeah,
So,
well, this one's an anonymous caller. We
Ooh.
can give a name or location. So, mystery caller, you're on the line.
Yeah, I want to know if Mr. Dave is there, man. You said y'all had good pizza there.
I like it. So what's up? What is that again?
man,
Come
I-
again?
I said, is Dave there, man?
If Dave's there. Dave's not here, man. Dave's not here.
Oh, man.
I
You
wish
said y'all
we-
had good pizza, man.
What's going on,
Gonna
Mr. Duggar?
order
How you doing?
pizza, you know? I'm doing pretty good, guys. No, man, I tell you, that's one of the most fascinating things on this earth, you know, is them, them carvings in the ground. Like, how could they see them? You know, flight wasn't going on. We didn't have balloons going over there. All that, you know, and I know some of the cornfields were probably done by some cousins of mine, but I'm just telling you the indentions that's forever on the earth. I think it's a map to different areas, probably to different tribes and civilizations, or I think it's just a map for somewhere the space cadets come in and go where they want to go, learn how to travel on this. Hey, yeah, you take a right at the spider, man. You know, so I don't know. It's the weird stuff in this world that show themselves all the time, and as we get older in life, I'm just amazed at the things they have found out since I was a young man. You know. So, but I mean, like I say, even as y'all said, the pyramids are still mysteries. How did they freaking do it, man? They argued for years. Ain't nobody been able to tell you how they moved some of them columns. They would have crushed any wood, you know, unless they used, stone to roll them, and then they'd have to smooth them out again. I don't know. But thanks for bringing your show on. That was a really cool show. I enjoyed it.
Now, Duggar, let me ask you, had you ever seen the Nazca lines before?
Yes.
Okay, so you had seen it
Yes,
before.
of course.
Okay. Yeah, and you know, you talk about the pyramids. What were they for? Yeah, in Trip, you know, there's pyramids all over the world. Egypt doesn't even have
Everywhere.
anywhere near the most pyramids, but they always say they were burial chambers. That's what they always teach us, even though there has never been a sarcophagus, a pharaoh, anything ever found inside a pyramid. But they'll sit there and tell you, mainstream science will say, oh, they built these as burial
I think
chambers.
it's actually a power. I think it's actually a energy location spot on the Earth. You know, I think a lot of the things they came to Earth were not available on their planet, and they come here now and again to get it, like gold and copper and I don't know, nitrogen, whatever they need. You know, they come here for. But I really think the pyramids were places of energy that allowed them to maybe recharge their vehicles. Who knows? You know, because they actually got little gadgets you can put down into the ground and run your house on. You know what I mean? Think of the pyramids as a center focal point of that energy instead of like a little gadget you can put in the ground and run your house off of.
You can light a
you know,
light bulb with a potato.
Oh yeah, you
yeah,
can.
Absolutely.
Wow.
So,
Yeah.
you know, I there's a lot of speculation on that being they most of the burial grounds were really hidden. You know, I mean, they're not gonna put the royal guy in a big old pyramid like that. They're gonna hide him in another little hidey-hole like they did in the Valley of the Kings. You know, so most of the people that were burying kings were killed. You know, so they weren't be able to tell where they buried the pharaohs. You know.
Right,
I mean,
and
it's
like I said,
such
they've
a
never
big
found anybody in there, but they'll tell you over and over again, "Oh no, this is what they were for," but you find them all buried other places.
I still think it's an energy focal point for UFOs, and a lot of people don't believe in UFO, but I've seen them. I'm telling you, it couldn't have been anything else. And this was back in the 70s and the 80s, before everybody, release the UFO shit. No, man. I mean, but I've seen a fight in the sky. I don't know if I told you this, but I've seen them fighting. It had to be. It looked like they were fighting. There was like explosions and just like Star Wars, anti-gear, that kind of shit. And they were chasing each other, and they were moving incredible. There's nothing we have that moves like that. Nothing. And,
Oh, yeah.
It wasn't something I could just like tell you what shape it was or whatever. No, I couldn't, because it was so high up.
Yeah, and if you look into our oh, sorry.
I was just gonna tell Christy I'm an alien, Christy. If you didn't know that, and if you don't subscribe to me, you will be not one of the saved. But,
What did he just say?
I have 680 something loyal subjects.
Yeah, Mr. Duggar is an alien. He, you if anybody doesn't subscribe, somebody type Duggar into chat. Well, Crispy just did. So Nightbot should drop Duggar's link. If you're not subscribed to Mr. Duggar, you should, because.
But Duggar, those were the good drug years. I do have to point that out. I just gotta say.
I will tell you that was the most exceptional drug years. I don't believe I survived it, but I did, and I never
You
did. Like
It
cocaine,
sounds like you did.
Never did cocaine or nothing. I did like the way it smelled, but I didn't do it. And,
Yep.
but yeah,
Hallucinogens. That was.
I'm glad to be alive.
All right, well, we're off the rails here. We're off the rails. Yeah,
Yeah, we're all.
Sorry.
Danger. See what you call.
Yeah, exactly. All my fault.
You pretty. You get pretty girls get me in trouble all the time.
Yeah.
Don't they? Happens to the best
Well,
of us,
that means I
man.
can't get pizza here. Then you screwed it pooch for that. So thanks for letting me up, man. I'll let somebody else come up if they want to come up.
All right, Mr. Duggar. Well, always appreciate you, brother. Good to see you, Bubs. And yeah.
LW Bubs, go Astros, kick your ass again tonight. Baker, you're a hero.
Don't tell anybody.
Ladies, I wish y'all all a Duggar sometime in your life.
We should start calling him the Silver Tongue Duggar.
Oh,
With
Silver
silver tongue Duggar and I.
I used to have a resident. That's what he used to call
that is funny.
all the men around the facility. He would call him that. He was this old dude that was just. He was definitely had dementia, but that's what he'd say. You silver tongue. He was so funny.
That's funny.
Gutters. What do you think of those Nazca lines? Because to me, of all the things we looked at tonight, that's the most fascinating thing to me.
Yeah, absolutely.
That is the part that kind of wigs me out. I mean, all the shapes and stuff are one thing, but I do have to wonder about where the lines are what get me. Like, where are those lines going? What are they pointing to? What are they for? There's got to be a reason. They can't just, I mean, if you look at it, it's all on a grid.
It looks like you're looking at a city with streets and with, it's lined up like you're looking at an old city with streets. I mean, all those lines are so perfectly long. And they try to justify it and say they built that stuff with sticks and ropes.
Right.
That's what, if you look into how was that built, they're like, oh, with sticks and rope.
How many miles did we figure?
Some of those
Spider
lines are
was
30
22.
miles. Some of those lines are 30 miles long, and they're exactly straight.
And they said they used a rope.
Yeah, a stick and a rope, and they're 30 miles long and exactly straight.
Oh man.
I call both.
Mhm. Yeah.
Something's not. I mean, it just doesn't add up. I mean, come on. We all can think logically and with a little bit of common sense go, what's
Yes.
missing
Yeah.
here?
That would be. Oh, sorry. Is it my turn or
It's
somebody
your
else's turn? I don't want to interrupt anybody.
Your turn.
I don't know. I just when I see that stuff, I try to look at things from their perspective at that time, thousands and thousands of years ago, versus how we look at it today. My best guess, this is just a guess. I don't know what I'm talking about. I'm just a dummy. But is that Baker said it earlier? Is like the stars, the night sky. That was their TV. Now just imagine how clear it was, with nothing, flat in the middle of nowhere, no cities, everything messing up the light pollution, all this stuff. And their knowledge of, they don't have, what we know today. So when they're looking up, they're seeing all this crazy stuff, shooting stars, comets, and stuff like that. Just in my opinion, it was their way of communicating. Like, just imagine what they thought when they saw that stuff in the sky.
Sure.
It was probably insane to them. Like, oh, shit, they're coming to get us. We need to communicate. So it's just my opinion. That might
Right.
sound stupid, but
Well, they had to think that there was something up.
Yeah, no, I don't
they
think
did it
Right.
that's
for a reason.
stupid at all. I think.
Yeah, what would
yeah.
be that?
Well, we do, folks. We do have another caller on the line.
Oh, good.
Yay.
Yeah, let's take it. There we go, Baker. Take it away.
Hi.
Hey, we get crispy. Here you go.
Hi.
hey, Crispy.
Hi, everyone.
Hi.
This is so. I love
I
talking
love
on
it.
the phone like this.
Act like
my
you're talking
God.
to your
All
voice.
right, east of the Rockies, we got Crispy on the line. How you doing, Crispy?
Hi. Hi. I was like, and now we were confirmed. Mr. Duggar, like, literally did acid in the 70s, and that's
All of it.
That's happened.
Word.
I mean, it's confirmed. Confirmed. That's what's wrong with him. No.
Well, that might not be
No,
all that's wrong with them, but that's part of the
that
problem.
somebody, you don't think that somebody came? God, you don't think somebody came over there with like a rake and made all those little caricatures in the sand?
You
They
know
were
those-
large.
Somebody's
You know those little plastic shovels for gardening?
Mm-hmm.
I think they did it all
Yeah.
with one of those from the Family Dollar.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Why are they like that? I don't like when you can't explain things. Like, why is that like that? Same
Well,
with,
Crispy,
like,
Crispy, let me ask you this: what do you think about? Have you ever seen the Nazca lines before and those things carved into the ground?
No,
Okay, so what was your reaction to that, seeing it for the first time?
I'm disturbed by it. I don't like to see things. I don't like that kind of stuff because I need to have an explanation for it. I want to know who's fooling around with my imagination. I don't know. I don't know what that is and why is it like that. But there were people on the Google Maps or on the Google Earth. There were people laying out there. Did you see them, Baker? Like there were people out there.
Those are
Um,
recent people, though. That's just from.
Yeah, they have built. So there is roads and everything that go to it now. It is somewhat of a tourist attraction, and they do have at some places they have those like lookout towers built where you can climb up and kind of see them. Most people take the small plane tours and they fly over them, but you can drive out there now, and go up
Right.
walk up to those tall towers and kind of look down and kind of see them.
Well, see, just how like LW was saying that people may have gone people may have gone out there to go camping or something, and then they just made little things
Spiders?
in the sand.
Yeah, these things are like 4.5 football fields long.
I can definitely see them being a Boy Scout badge for
The
those.
Boy Scouts? Yeah, I don't know what it is, but it's disturbing.
Remember when you
I don't
earned the
know, it
badges
freaks
in
me
Cub
out.
Scouts, like the whittling chip badge and the camping badge? You got the
Right.
You got the badge for carving a spider of 500, however long, a 4 football field long spider into the earth badge. Thank you.
It has to be like a little like automobile or something, like a little sand like a, what do you call those things? Those little sand things, sand duny. What are they called?
Like a
again?
dune buggy?
Dune
what are you
buggy. Yes, thank you. I couldn't think either.
Or nowadays they call
Maybe
them
it's
sand
that.
rails or
Well, yeah, I mean, it's not like they got it done in a weekend. I mean, thousands and thousands of years ago, they didn't. They didn't have to go to work on Monday morning. It probably took like
Well, that's what I'm
months and
saying. I
not
just think
years,
of like slaves. Like there was so much slavery for forever. Like that's just what it was.
Yeah.
There was that's
But
what you
that's
did.
they
You
say,
didn't.
like, yeah. So slaves, you think did it? Is that what
Well,
you said?
yeah, I
Slaves?
think they were forced to do whatever, whoever the leader was forced them to do whatever they wanted to do. That's what I think. Yeah.
it's like
Slavery
government,
is
Let me
just
ask you guys.
citizens.
right.
It's sand, right? And there's wind. How come it's still there?
It is I'll answer that. So I looked into that. It is a desert, but Antarctica's a desert. Okay. Desert is a place that doesn't get a lot of rain. The ground there is extremely hard, and it's called like the type of rock. So it's basically, it never rains there, and it's like hard as a rock. So it's not a sand desert. It is
Well, I've been to the desert before, but like, is it different than like the Arizona desert?
yeah. There's not
Like that
sand.
kind?
It's not a sand desert.
It's hard.
Well,
Yeah,
that's rock,
desert.
too.
The
I've been-
definition of a
Solid as
desert.
a rock.
Oh God, here she goes. We got to get a woot woot now. Yeah, the definition of a desert isn't sand. The definition of a desert is somewhere that does not receive water.
Right.
So it's hard. It's not a sandy surface. It's like concrete basically.
Do you know what I was always so scared about when I was a kid is I always was scared of that oh my God, it just ran out of my head. The
Catch it.
Bermuda Triangle. The Bermuda Triangle. Like, wasn't that like some area that you could just fly over and then you could just die? Remember?
Yeah, you disappear.
Disappear, yeah.
Fun
Bermuda
fact. My
Triangle. You
great
guys remember the
Here's a fun fact for you. My
Bermuda
great
Triangle?
grandfather mapped the Bermuda Triangle. Him and Charles Lindbergh mapped the Bermuda Triangle together.
Didn't get lost.
No, they didn't get lost. He made it back. But he did die testing warplanes.
Oh,
I was gonna say, he went over the Bermuda Triangle, obviously.
I knew she was going there.
Yeah, they mapped it.
Huh?
They mapped it out. They were the ones who flew it and mapped that area. So kind of cool,
Well,
cool thing there.
See? Where do you know how he died? Or where he is?
Test bombing planes during like around the World War II-ish period.
Well, I bet you it was in that Bermuda Triangle. Do you think?
No, he made it back for the Bermuda Triangle. But he did fly some of those original missions, or not missions, but the scouting things like to Brazil, into the rainforest and stuff. Somewhere, I don't know where it is, but like he brought back like the shrunken heads and like all that kind of weird stuff from down there.
He
I know
brought
where it
back
is.
a
Wait,
shrunken
having a
head. You
conversation
can't
with-
come back.
Yes, yes, we used to. My grandparents
Beetlejuice,
still used to
Beetlejuice,
have it. Yeah, they had like the real shrunken head and like all that stuff from him bringing because
Yeah.
he would go to all these places and explore these things. Being the pilot for it. He was a pioneer in aviation, and he flew the first overseas airmail ever and did and so I've even got the stamps.
Are you
So-
sure the shrunken head wasn't from swimming in cold water?
Ba-dum-bum.
I was in the pool.
Oh my gosh! I just found out somebody on Discord that was talking about that they found a skull in Greece or something. And I said, well, you have to turn that in. That could be like somebody that had been murdered or whatever. And then I look it up, and they're like, no, Greece has these, weird laws or whatever. I'm like, you guys can just carry dead bodies around? Like, what do you mean weird laws? I looked, and like they don't have any more room for people to be buried there.
So you can just take a skull, huh?
I don't know what that is, Gutters, but it's not, like, it's strange. I don't know if they've made it into a sugar skull or something. The lady's an
A
artist.
sugar skull.
I don't-
That's what we all
So
know.
I was gonna say earlier,
Yeah.
Crispy is like laying in bed with your 7-year-old granddaughter and listening to her try to fall asleep, and she's telling you about all the things in the world that she thinks about. That's what Crispy. Let's carry on our
I
conversation.
do. The
Crispy's
other
like,
thing I think about is quicksand. I always thought I was going to die in quicksand. I think it was from Gilligan's Island. I was always scared. But then I grew up thinking like, oh my God, there's not.
If you
even
had to
such
be,
thing
wait,
as
if you had to be a
quicksand. But now
character on
there-
Gilligan's Island, who would it be?
Who would I be? Oh my
Yeah,
God.
who would you be
The
on?
movie star.
she's
Oh,
gonna
okay.
be Ginger for certain.
All right, Crispy, what else you got for us? We got to wrap this up here in a second. So what else you got
That's
for us?
it.
I love it.
That's all I have.
I love
right.
it.
I'll talk to
Well,
you guys
thanks for
later.
calling in, Crispy. We
Bye.
appreciate
That
you.
was awesome.
You're welcome.
Bye, Crispy. Thanks. Emma.
Bye.
Well, there we go. Crispy treat checking in with us there. I know Alex looks like she's getting tired. We kept her up about 2 hours past her bedtime. Alex, I do want you to tell the folks though. I think I brought this thing back up on here. Let me see if I can find this. Well, give me 1 second. I'll bring this up. Oh yeah, tell us about your nonprofit.
Oh yes, Freedom for Strays. I have 4 rescue dogs that they're all foster fails, and we're currently at our HOA limit at my house right now. But I am working towards everything I'm doing right now is working towards the creation of this sanctuary, Freedom for Strays, where I plan to have an eco village, a little space for like Airbnb so people can come and get some healing while they're there, some animal therapy, some workshops, different healing shops. But basically I envision a place where people can come together and save as many animals as we can. So if you want to be part of that mission in any way, I do one-on-one readings with people. I do astrology readings, human design, remote viewing, tarot sessions, and then also ESP development. And everything I'm working on right now, even with my YouTube channel, Statements by Alex, and the Starletta Show, my other YouTube channel, it's all going towards this dream. So I hope one day when I'm self-supporting through the YouTube channels and all the other avenues that I'm working on right now, that I'll be able to find property so I can start adopting more dogs and fostering, because I'm not allowed to anymore because of our HOA.
See, I could imagine you ending up having a zoo.
I would. I would, and I will if there are financial resources where I'm able to afford a zoo and I have enough people helping me. I used to work at a shelter, and we had like 75 dogs between like 2 people working there. So I'm definitely well versed in caring for a lot of dogs at once. And it's very rewarding work. I think if you get involved in the shelter world, it's hard to walk out of it because there's not a lot of people helping there. So it's like you want to make a difference, and you know that you do because you're working with those animals. And I mean, the dogs that I have now, I got 4 of them. 2 of them are sleeping on my bed. If I can show you my dogs, but
Aw,
Hey, Alex,
sweet.
can you type in chat so that Crispy can get your link and share it out?
Well, I will
Yes,
say
thank
this. If you go to the description of the video, right underneath, I have linked every one of Alex's pages, Instagram, YouTube
I just followed
pages.
you on the gram.
Everything is in the description of the video right there. Should be at the top if I'm not mistaken. But if you go down there and just go to more and hit that, there you go. You have all Alex's links right there. Her Instagram, her TikTok, Starletta. Now let me ask you real quick before we let you go. Any update on Starletta?
Oh, Starletta. I don't know if you've been keeping up with the channel, but
Yes, I have.
Starletta, we just released episode 3 of the series Where is Starletta? Starletta is a missing influencer. Rumor has it she was trying to expose the Illuminati and may have caught up with some Scientologists. Others believe that she was trapped in a wormhole at Montauk Point. Others believe she's hiding out in a bunker from Bill Gates or in his farmland, I mean. And then others believe that she's been kidnapped by the Galactic Federation. So it's kind of this ongoing mystery. We're uncovering a lot of clues and old footage on my Starletta channel, and it's a very interactive show. So actually, we do have a hotline for the Starletta show too. And if anyone has watched the Where is Starletta episodes, we have some clues in those episodes, and it's kind of an interactive show. I like to think of it as a true crime series where people can call in and leave clues, and they kind of help me write the narrative as it goes. Because spoiler alert, I'm also Starletta, so I interview.
Don't tell anybody that.
I know. I just ruined it. But my point is, it's a fun interactive show, and if you get to know Starletta, you can help me write it. It's just, I love improv and comedy. I did comedy for a little bit, and now I've channeled all my creativity towards my YouTube channels. I also have a Patreon where I do intergalactic cosplay. So I create different characters from secondhand items. I rescue a lot of wigs and a lot of costumes from Goodwill and thrift shops to create these cosplay characters and aliens. So that's what I'm doing over on Patreon. I do have a tier there. And I do want to say, if you do follow me on any of my YouTube channel, I think the last time I was on, I got like a handful of new subscribers, but it looks like a lot of them all got unsubscribed, because what YouTube does, if you don't interact with the videos by watching a video or like commenting on it, it will think it flags it as bot activity. So I guess this has been an ongoing problem for a lot of people with YouTube channels, where they just notice that people just randomly get unsubscribed. So
yeah, it seems to happen when people get like a whole bunch at once.
Yeah, I think.
And
that's
then they go, okay, they take them away, and it's a stupid thing, and they're like,
oh, that's weird.
Yeah, if you get like a bunch of subscribers at once, they'll be there and then they're gone.
Yeah.
It's like, so make sure everybody does go back and leave a comment or something like that.
Yeah, I think the main thing was like, the way it was explained to me is that a lot of followers at once, and when they're coming from external sources. So like if you're watching from like Twitter or something, and then go on the website externally instead of finding the videos. But they said the way around that is just like watch the video for a little bit or something.
Yeah,
so
comment. Leave a comment
yeah.
on one of the videos, and then your subscription will stay. Otherwise, I go back all the time. I subscribe to channels, and I go back all the time, and I'm like, I'm not subscribed to it anymore.
Yeah, right.
Why not? And I have to resubscribe and do that. It's a pain in the ass. Mm-hmm. But yes, all Alex's stuff is underneath there. Just go to the description of the video, every one of her Instagrams, all that jazz, the stuff about the shelter, everything is under there. It's all there, all her info. So real quick, LW, what do you got to wrap this up with?
Oh, it was fun. It's very interesting. I'm glad I kind of got my second win towards the end there. That was good stuff. I enjoyed it, and I appreciate you coming on, Alex. It was fun.
Oh, thank you guys so much for having me. It's always a good time. I love being on the show.
And as always, week after week, praise to the two gentlemen, Traveling Fools and Baker, who put on a great show week after week for you good people.
Yeah,
and,
good job.
Do a lot of the heavy lifting
Round of
for everybody.
applause.
Yes.
That's all Baker. I'm going to give it all to him.
Oh, don't undersell yourself. You are a great, phenomenal host.
Oh, thanks. I do try. This little old thing, all right, KJ, what about you? What you got coming up?
Not much coming up. I'm focusing. I'm about to do some open mic nights locally, and so yeah, put some good vibes out for me. First time with my guitar, because I've been singing my whole life, but this is the first time with my guitar, so I'm super pumped. So
Mama's getting old enough to start going back out to the nightlife. I like it.
I know, right?
Go check out her Janis Joplin video. It's pretty good.
Yeah. And I'm going to put some more. I have a couple new songs, original songs I'm going to put out. I've just been so busy. I haven't been able to, but I'm going to. So yeah, check it out.
All right, there you go. See, Nightbot's dropping Alex's. I think KJ's in there as well. If somebody could drop KJ's link, Crispy, maybe you could do that as well. If not, Gutters, any last words for us?
Nope. Thanks for letting me come in late. Sorry I was late. Real life.
Thank you, Multi. I see you do that too.
Yeah.
Well, thanks, Gutters. Thanks for all your input. We appreciate you.
Yeah.
So sorry you were dealing with your grandchildren stuff that you were too busy to be on here with us. But yeah, well, I mean, we'll let you off the hook this
Oh,
time.
that's so special. Yeah, that's awesome.
All right, Mr. Producer, you got any last words for us?
Yeah, if Nightbot wants to drop my channel, they'd be. Oh, that's right. I don't have one.
There you go. I like it.
You can't have your own channel. You have no time to produce this one.
I know. I'm helping everybody else. That's
it's
just
doing that.
what it is.
So if
But
he
no,
starts his new channel, nobody sub to it.
Oh, please.
It looks. I just realized I haven't been logged into the chat, so it's making me log into the chat, and I think it might kick me off if I try to log in. So I
Yeah,
wasn't
don't
able to-
do anything.
Okay.
Bear with us for one moment
Yeah.
longer. Alex, with your permission, can we show the folks what Starletta is on the way out the door?
Oh, absolutely.
Okay, just want to make sure you're not going to copyright me
Oh,
later
no.
on. Come back and be like, this asshole's playing my content.
No, go for it.
All right, cool. All right, well, thanks everybody for tuning in. Like we said, I'm going to be in Miami and down in the Keys diving for lobster here in a few days, and we will not be around next
Oh,
Friday
you're not
night.
going to be here next Friday.
Yes, exactly. I'm going to be, riding around on boats, diving for lobster, fishing.
That sounds
doing-
horrible. I'm so not jealous.
yeah, exactly. It's going to be absolutely horrible. So no show next week, but the week after, we've got a bunch of stuff. And Baker, you've got a UFO guy coming on?
Yeah, we've got a couple shows lined up. We've got a 9/11 special we're going to be doing on the 12th, and then on the 19th, we've got a guest coming on that's more in line with UFO technology, and so, or just 0 point energy kind of resident. I don't want to say guru expert. He knows a heck of a lot more than I do. But yeah, ran across him on YouTube and asked him to come on. He said, "Yeah, absolutely."
All right. Well, I look forward to that. Well, and we appreciate that, Baker. We appreciate everybody tuning in. Alex, as always, thanks again for coming on. You're welcome up here anytime you want to. We always love having you on over here. And folks, make sure you do go down there and check out Alex's stuff. We're going to go out to Where is Starletta? A transmission.
I like it.
You like that one? Alex, she's laughing. Look at her.
Oh, I love it. Can't wait.
I
I want to see
All
what
right,
you
so
picked
make
out.
sure everybody does go to sub up the Starletta channel. Thanks everyone for being here. I did see a lot of y'all in here. We got Trip and SO. Good to see SO Multi, Kentucky Blue Balls. Crispy, thanks for all your help as always. Let me scroll up here. Let me see. I don't know. Everybody say goodbye in the chat. We'll highlight some comments. We'll get the heck out of here. Thanks everyone for coming in. Make sure you hit the thumbs up, whether you're watching over on Gutters Pub, LW's over here Traveling Fools, or whether you're watching on X right now. No matter where you are, we appreciate you being here. Have a blessed night, everybody, and we will see you on the YouTube streets. Here you go. Here's Starletta.
It is Cornflower when it's done. Statements by Alex has been shining. The being known as Starletta, who was last seen.
And this is awesome stuff right here.
Will not be. Or perhaps
I like the third eye.
Exactly sure.
Thank you.
The last footage of Starletta was
Is it
found
all
in
seeing?
Montreal in October of
It is.
1954. She has not been seen
It is?
since.
All right, let's go to here.
And I'm of Illusion. I'm here hosting the Starletta Show today because it has come to our attention that a very important being from the fifth dimensional reality has gone missing. Today, I am consulting my third eye. And I'm sensing that Starletta has traveled through a wormhole at Montauk Point. She could be anywhere. No one knows where the wormhole leads. Where could Starletta be?
I love this song. I love
So
this
fun.
song.
I made it.
Starlight in her eyes, you'll be struck by surprise. She's Starletta.
Oh, great. I'm going to get this stuck in my head.
It gets stuck in my head every time I hear it.
You wanted more. She's Starletta. She's a virgin.
Never tell anybody that you are Starletta again. Because I don't think they'll notice.
Starletta, and she's on your screen. Where in the universe is Starletta? We shall
All
find
right,
out
folks.
later.
Everybody have a
Perhaps
great
we'll
night. We
only
appreciate
find
you
out
being
then
here.
By asking creatures throughout the galaxy.
Hit the thumbs up on your way out. Make sure you sub up.
Last time I saw
Starletta.
Starletta, she was in the brothel.
Thank you.
Yeah, I danced with her for a little bit. Marty did